Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur show, Man United podcast, Ballers at the Bridge podcast, talking that Tottenham Talk podcast. So please keep all your comments and all your questions in relation to those three clubs, people. Obviously, Manchester United beat Burnley yesterday, 2 days ago now. Manchester United won 1-0 away at Turf Moor. Chelsea losing at home to Aston Villa 1-0, and Spurs putting in a good performance and getting a 2-2 draw in the North London derby away to Arsenal. But big up to everybody in the chat. I'm not sure who raided, but big up to whoever it was for the raid. Let me know in the chat. Please make sure though make sure you hit the like button on the video, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back. There's over 100 people in here, and we're only at 18 likes. Like check 1212, like check 1212. Let's get up to 50 likes. Share across all the socials as well. Make sure you do that. Follow at That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV across all socials, and subscribe to the channel. Sarcasm City TV is rolled to 9,000 subscribers. Of course, if you super chat, we'll make sure we'll get straight to your comment or question as well. And link for the membership is in the pinned comment. What are you telling me, Jez, though? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. But what you said?
Bless, fam. Bless. No complaints whatsoever, man. All bless. All bless.
No complaints, man. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute in regards to the game. I'm just glad we won. Like, I'm sure people will ask me, and I'll be giving my thoughts on this show and over the next week as well. But yeah, no complaints in regards to the win. We had to win. It was a must-win game. We had to win. Forget the performance. I didn't care about the performance. I was like, just win. Because if we would have put in a fantastic performance, 12 out of 10, and lost, I'd be pissed. So, yeah man, needed to win. It is big.
I guess we should.
Go on, fam. Go on.
I guess we should start with the team that actually got the 3 points for this week. So we can start with Man United.
Yeah, we'll go to there. Yeah. I was just gonna run through the chat and see what.
You go first.
Yeah. But I know you're gonna be doing your victory lap, and rightfully so, to be honest. No, not victory lap, but taking the positives, because you lot did play well. And it just clarifies what I thought about Basuma and Maddison prior, like just in terms of those two being quality midfield players. Warrior J, big up to you, says hit the like button when you enter the stream. Big up to Mohammed as well. MUFC says big up Flawless, hope you're doing well. I'm blessed, hope you're good. Big up to another Mohammed who says big up Flawless, love your video, keep it up. Love your video, it helps me sleep. Hey, big up, man, much appreciated as well. Warrior J, don't worry, I've started some of the best questions. I've started your questions, sorry. Big up to Daniel, I see you. Out of context, Sarcasm City, large up in the chat. Hey, love to see the Jamaican flag as well, man. I did not know you was of Jamaican descent, or if you are showing love, but big up regardless. Time to shine. Salute to you every single time as well. Like Warrior J said, let's bump up these likes. Somebody raided, but I'm not sure who it was, so I can't even big them up. So I'm not sure who was live, but somebody raided us. But I'm unsure as in regards to who it was that raided. But salute to them. ABJ, big up as well. King Kelvin says big up. This show is going to be very interesting. Yeah, man, you already know, definitely. Yes, 3-point collectors. It's been a minute. We had to win. That was legit what it was, and I'm sure there'll be questions on that. Mohammed says, big up Flawless, watching from San Diego, California, GGMU. Hey, salute to you, man.
Yeah, shout out San Diego.
Love that, man. Salute to you. That is on the is that on the West Coast, right? That's on the West Coast, because California, yeah. Yeah, man. Big up to you, man. Wherever you're watching from as well. But let me get to some of the questions. Let's see. Warrior J says, Flawless, I know that was an ugly win for United, but would you take any positives that you liked in the game? Yes, the biggest positive I take from the game is that the players have not given up on Ten Hag, because that was a major concern of mine. It was a major red flag, and it was justified. That concern was extremely justified, not only because we lost to Brighton, but in the manner in which we lost. But one thing I can say about the Burnley game wholeheartedly is that the players put it in terms of effort. You know what I'm saying? The effort was there from the players. It was just a lack of quality. But there was a game plan. They implemented the game plan. We limited Burnley going forward. And people can say, oh, it's Burnley. Wolves are not good going forward. And Wolves created so many chances against us at Old Trafford. So that's what I take the positives from in regards to that. The players put in a shift, each and every one of them, from Onana all the way to Højlund. Because I was legit fearful that the players had given up. And the Bayern Munich game and the Brighton games were two big eye openers. Because when it went 3-1 against Brighton, I said it on the watch along. This could be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, I was genuinely fearful that we was gonna absolutely just cave and roll over and die. And we didn't do it against Bayern Munich. Somehow, I think that's more to their lack of quality rather than our actual quality. But Burnley, tough place to go. We went and put in a shift. And for people who were expecting a better performance, why? Look at the lineup. Why was you expecting a better performance with Evans and Lindelof at centre-back, Dalot and Reguilon as fullbacks, at midfield 3 of Casemiro, Hannibal, McTominay, and then Bruno from the right, Rashford from the left, Højlund up top. So you got Bruno playing out of position and an out of form Rashford. McTominay, who's not good enough. Hannibal's a youngster. Dalot, we know his limitations. Lindelof, we know his limitations. Evans really and truly shouldn't be here. So why? Because they're wearing the Manchester United kit, are they just going to transform? I think people genuinely believe that when people put on a Manchester United shirt, it's like the super serum in Marvel, where you drink it and you become a super soldier. Like, people think it's like Iron Man suit. It's not, people. If you're an average player and you put on a United shirt, you're probably going to remain an average player. Probably. At best, you may be above average to good, but you're not going to be exceptional. So that's why I was not sat there going, oh, this performance, whew. It was more relief. And what won us the game was 2 individual moments of brilliance. World-class pass from Evans. I can't believe I'm saying that. World-class pass from Johnny Evans. And a world-class finish from Bruno Fernandes. That's what won us the game. I'm saying, like, that's just legit what it is.
Because I'm looking at the table right now.
Go on.
I'm looking at the table right now. Because if you, let's say you would have drawn the game, like, that would have had your team at 7 points. So you would have been at literally 7 points behind 5th and 4th, which is obviously Arsenal and Tottenham. No, you got 9 points. You're not only in the top half of the table, but no, you're actually closer now to like the guys that you should be trying to be at again, being in the top 5 to get the Champions League football and all that. To be honest, so it was important to get the 3 points, because I told this to a Man United fan to me as well. Like, fuck the performance, because you can't keep dropping points, but then ask, we need a performance. Now, like, sometimes you just that much in the mud where, like, you just need the 3 points, you're not falling away from the leading puck, in it. Like, it's just how I was looking at it. So it's like, it is what it is, to be honest.
And to Asad, who said 38 possession at Burnley is poor, though. Come on, Flawless. Yeah, it's poor, but we're a poor outfit. That's a poor lineup. Like, this is the thing I don't get. The lineup's poor. Let me ask our last Jez and ask you lot in the chat. If Dalot was at Burnley, would we bat an eyelid? No. I'll answer my own question. No. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. If Dalot was at Burnley, would we bat an eyelid? No. I'm talking in terms of talent. If Reguilon was there, bear in mind he's Spurs' 3rd choice left back. Would we bat an eyelid? No. If Johnny Evans went there, that's actually the type of move, if we don't sign him, Johnny Evans makes. If Lindelof's there, we're not batting an eyelid. If Hannibal's there, we're not. But don't get me wrong, Hannibal did the basics, but he was nothing special. He did the basics and contributed to a win. But if Hannibal went there alone, would we be shocked? No. If McTominay was there, would we be shocked? No. Rashford's out of form. Bruno, we know about his limitations, and Højlund's new. Why is it this thing that we're so much better than, like, people really think Manchester United are better than they are? If you blanked out the name Manchester United and you blanked out the name Burnley, those teams, take out Casemiro, take out Onana, are not too far apart in terms of quality. Are Manchester United a better team? Yes. But the difference in quality is not that far apart as people will believe. So 38% possession, so be it. We're not going to keep the ball because we don't have players to do it. Manchester United don't keep the ball well. We don't.
Even then, like, you didn't really keep the ball like all season against anyone, to be honest.
Facts. So why would we go to Burnley and do it? Exactly. I think the most we've had in terms of possession, it might have been Wolves at home, where we had 51%. We had 51%. We don't keep the ball well.
Yeah, like, your team hasn't done that all season. Like, and we know how Burnley this season played. They don't play like the old school Burnley. By the way, I missed the fucking old school Burnley. Like, when I was watching that shit, when I saw at some point 60% possession, I started crying because I was like, this is not my football. But anyways, yeah, but you get the point. Like, maybe the only team that you probably hold in position against Sheffield United, because these guys don't want
Sheffield United and Luton. That's it. Two championship sides.
These are only 2 clubs, I believe. United will probably have a lot of possession because these two actually don't want to have the possession.
And Yeah, this is it's big up HKM Music for the super chat, much appreciated. This is carrying on from the conversation we was having on MUFC Unfiltered podcast. Shout out to Saeed, big up Double A. Shout out to Andy Tate as well. More on the conversion rates. Bruno and Rashford have a combined 17% conversion rate. The next duo in the Premier League's top 10s that comes close is Crystal Palace's Eze and Edouard 32. Shot selection is a huge problem in this team, and it's them too. 100%. Like, it's a problem. But we know Bruno's not good enough, and we know Rashford is in poor form. This is nothing new. Like, this is not a surprise to me. Now, when Rashford turns around his form, which he will, then it will go up.
Yeah, this is the thing, because I think especially Edouard this season, he's been extremely clinical.
Yeah, he's been clinical. Yeah. So, like, that's what it is. That's why I don't put to when people talk about conversion rates, I don't worry too much about it. Like, in terms of that, even if Rashford and Bruno had a higher conversion rate, they're still not good enough for where we're trying to go. I tell a lie. Bruno's not good enough for where we're trying to go. I've said before, I say it again, I think Rashford can be a functioning part of a successful team. Because I watched it last season. That's the best season we've had in years, and he was the talisman. He was the guy. Bear in mind, he scored 18 of our 58 league goals. Like, and however many assists he got, and helped us win a trophy. So that's what it is. But he's now currently in poor form. And my biggest issue with Rashford is, and I say this before, he's very much like Manchester United. A lot of Manchester United fans on social media, the stereotypical fan. There's no middle ground with him. Rashford is either 7 out of 10 or above, or 3 out of 10 or below. There's no middle ground whatsoever. He's either very good or very bad. And that's what he needs to learn when he's not. That's what he needs when he's not playing at his best. Be 5, 6 out of 10. Well, he sticks out so bad to the point where you cannot defend him. That's why I don't. And I've defended him in the past because I believe some of the criticism of him is over the top. But I done said I would have dropped him. I would have dropped him for definitely would have dropped him for Burnley. Probably would have dropped him for Bayern. I'd still drop him for the 2 Palace games. Both games coming up. The League Cup and the league game. 110% I would. So, yeah, in regards to that, that's why I don't worry about conversion rates, because I just know Bruno's not good enough anyway. I know Rashford needs to improve his form, but we also need other attackers. Could Højlund add to that? Yes. Yeah. Hazard says, flawless, big up for giving Rashford his props, because the way United fans switch up on him when he loses form is crazy. Yeah, just not getting that's just what Rashford is. It's unfortunate. I don't like it, but from the way I'm looking at it is that Rashford is very much he's looking like he's very much good season, bad season. Good season, bad season. Great form, terrible form. Great form, terrible form. He's got no consistency to his game, it seems. He was great last season. Horrible the season before. And I think he was good the season before that. So, and he's at 25, 26. People are expecting him to do things I don't think he's going to do. Like, can you improve your decision making? Absolutely. But in terms of being Rashford's not a creative winger. People forget about that. Like, he creates, but not with the ball at his feet in the way people are talking about. That's just not him. It's just not. Like, he's not. He's the guy who's going to end the chances. Yeah, go on, fam. Go on.
Because funny enough, I was looking up, just because all of interest, I was looking up the chat conversion thing. For example, Son, everybody was thinking, Son is finished, Son is that. Like, I said he's finished, but as a winger, but I don't think he's finished as like a player. Yeah. So I just looked up, I just compared his conversion rate from last season's, which was 18.5, to this season, where he's playing as a striker and he's on form again. Now Son is at a 33% conversion rate. So it's went pretty much up by nearly just under half, 15% more, which again shows you, like, and by the way, he was called finished and all that. Like, let's see if let's actually let Rashford become back on form, for example. I feel because I agree actually with the comment who said that. Like, I feel like it's, and I said this to the Chelsea man in Cashly FC, shout out to them as well. I told them, like, in the chat that football fans are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Fickle, yeah.
Yes.
Fickle, one day they will call a player world class, this and that. Then 2 bad performances, and all of a sudden this guy needs to be sold immediately. We have to buy a replacement. Like, for me, it's like, fair enough to the people that said all the time and stay consistent throughout last season that, we have to replace Rashford, fair enough. But for those people who were trying to switch up on him, like, or wasn't talking like the way they were talking about him now, I don't get it. Because, like, just let a guy be back and forth. Things are just not going right. But for who is it? Who is it going right at United right now?
Yeah, that's legit.
Nobody's playing well. And of course,
Nobody.
I understand sometimes the scenario of okay, but you're supposed to be one of the top guys. You're supposed to step up, but sometimes it doesn't work like that. Sometimes even the top guys cannot step up when the whole team just cannot perform. It's just what it is. That football works like that. Like it's not a one-man show. It really isn't.
And that's just legit. Like that's like maybe that's just the level. Like we'll have to see. But like how much more, like in regards to decision making and footballing IQ and Rashford being consistent, maybe this is just Rashford as a player. Maybe that's just the level. That's just him. Maybe. Say big up HKM Music for the super chat. Says flawless. Why do you think Ten Hag can't get us playing good football? Look at Spurs. A number of things, because he's not trying to play a style of football that is attractive. That is not Ten Hag's. He's trying to play a style of football that is effective and gets results and wins matches. But in terms of being entertaining, that's not what he's trying to do. From the signings, it looks the way. He's trying to be defensively resilient, energetic, press and win the ball.
Pretty much, he's prioritizing off the ball than on the ball at the moment.
That's the best way to put it. Thank you, Jez. That's the best way. See, that's why Jez is here. Yes, he's prioritizing more off the ball things than he is on the ball things. That's what it seems when it's winning the ball high up, pressing high. People think transitions is counter-attacking, but it could be winning the ball in the center circle and then getting to the opposition's box. It's just
which is the funny enough, because I looked up at the stats recently for Tottenham, and I was looking. United actually ranked high when it comes to winning the ball up high.
That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah,
that don't look because it don't look
because it doesn't come. It doesn't look pretty. It's not on the eye catching. But when you, because it's just certain stats where because it's important. If you want to be that type of team, it's important to be leading those type of stats or be at least high on the table of those stats. And United are technically leading, not leading, but they are up there. The issue is it's not coming off. You're not winning football matches. Your teams play inconsistently. You're conceding goals. Your players don't look like they want to track back. That's why it doesn't look right. But if players were to go and perform what they're supposed to do, and the manager maybe tweaking certain things of terms of how to deal with certain transitions, because let's be honest, United have been hit with a lot of transitions this season as well, which come from that type of style of football. Which this is why I feel like Ten Hag, I look at him as a manager and say yo, you know what? Maybe you should be tweaking. Maybe we shouldn't be committing this much. But also, players have to take the responsibility of not being able to execute what the manager wants to do.
Yeah, and that's just legit. And I think injuries add into that. But yeah, forget about us playing quote unquote attractive football. That's not the remit. That's why that's not the plan. I don't even know if remit's a word, but we move. Yes, Timo, what are you saying, fam? You good?
Oh, good, gentlemen. Good evening.
Yeah, man.
How are you? You want to bless everybody.
Yo.
Bless, man. You already know. And Lewis, ironically, you just said that. Big up my G's. I just messaged you, Lewis. So if you want to join, feel free. I did just send you the link. You just put Poch as you wildin'. Make sure you lot subscribe to Lewis's channel. The links in underneath in the description of this live stream and every other live stream. We'll get Timo's thoughts on Chelsea shortly as well. Don't worry, people. We'll get Jez's thoughts on the North London derby. We just started with Manchester United because that's what the super chats and a few other questions had stated.
You guys had the 3 points as well, so I guess we should start with there too.
Stuart B says, big up Flawless, got some good fixtures coming up. Want to win another trophy, even if it's a car. Oh, absolutely. I will take a Carabao Cup again right now. If we lose on Tuesday, I'm going to be livid. If we lose on Tuesday, we better target that competition like we did last year.
I forgot there's a game this week as well.
Yeah, man. Wednesday on the King People, we will be doing Chelsea Brighton. You know what I'm saying?
All right, we will do that. Who's United playing?
We are playing Crystal Palace. We played them twice. Okay. We played them on Tuesday and then on Saturday.
Oh, you should be beating both. You should be beating both. I can't lie.
To Camille, who says, Flawless, why do United fans want good football? Because historically, United have always been a transitional team. United are not Barca or Ajax. It's a mix of things. Because at times, under Sir Alex, the vast majority, we absolutely played it was attack. Like that's what it was. Sometimes we go away from home, in particular, like away to Anfield, away to Highbury / the Emirates, away to the Bridge, and we be a little bit more defensive. But for the most part, we attacked. So that's where it stems from. Like, go back and watch. Like, I'm old enough to have watched Manchester United in the successful years. We genuinely Like we was based on it. It was built on attack. Yes, we had great defensive players. Don't get it mistaken, but it was built on attacking football. And in regards to everyone, every fan wants their team to play good football. I'm success over playing entertaining, though. That's why if you look at me last season, how happy I was at results, even though I knew the performances at times weren't the best, because I knew we were a resilient unit. There was no game we went into that I thought we couldn't win. Even when we're playing better opposition, even when we got beat by Sevilla and we had all them injuries, I still said we'll beat them. But I'm still livid that we didn't win the Europa League last season, because we could have and should have won that, because we were the best team in the competition, even with Martinez and Varane missing. And if those two are fit, we win that game. Same way when we played Barcelona, and I said we're gonna beat these man, and people were telling me, "Oh, they're top of La Liga." We packed them both legs. When we drew 2-2 away in the new camp, that was a better result for them than it was for us. They scored a set piece, and they scored from a corner and then a free kick that went all the way through and a penalty. We battered them. We just didn't take our chances. Like, so yeah, that's what it is. I think people, of course, like I said, want to play entertaining football, but every fan wants that. But I want success as well. And let's bump up that before you go. Hey, you lot are taking liberties in the chat. There's over 130 people in here. I'm only at 28 likes. Like check 1212, man. Bump up the likes, man.
1 foot so low, man.
What we doing, man? Hey, hit up the likes. What we doing, man?
That's like Chelsea's
the likes. Yeah, serious, man. You know what I'm saying? What is going on? Bump up the likes.
I tell a lie, it's higher, but anyways, get it higher, get the likes up, man. Come on.
Yeah. It is bump up the likes as well. This is from Warrior J says, Jez, your thoughts on Tottenham's 2-2 draw for Arsenal, and do you think a draw was a fair result in the end?
Thoughts on the 2-2 first. I can't lie, because I was going into this game I was thinking that we was going to lose the game personally. Like, I felt like, okay, these guys are just more ahead for it. They're in the title charge. They like the Arsenal fans say all the time. I've seen Arsenal fans say they can make it far in the Champions League. So okay, cool. Like, it's a way we don't do well in the stadium in general. Which again today, an own goal and a deflected goal. An own goal and a penalty. Like, these guys always get away with it. They get always some jummy goals. Tell me something that outside from the Jesus chance, I don't really remember them doing much in the open play. But that's for another day. Just don't get results there. So it's like, usually I was like, you know what, fair enough. I was like, you know what, I predict we lose, but I wanted to see a performance at least where I can say, okay, we lost the game, but I can at least look at the team and say, okay, you know what, to put in a broad performance where I can see it, you know what, yes, we didn't play well, but we didn't get embarrassed. Like, again, all the people are saying, Spurs, look at who they played. Like, we're not supposed to take advantage of who we play.
Yeah, that's facts.
Like, like, so we should lose these games? No, of course, we supposed, like, we should give the points to someone. Like, it's stupid, innit? But we took advantage of those games, and today, I'll be honest, like, again, our manager came out and said we still want to play the way we want to play, regardless if this is Arsenal or if this is Luton Town. We still going to play the way we want to play, and you saw it today. We didn't start it off great, but I feel like when you consider there were 5 players on the pitch who made their North London derby debut, and the manager. This is first. Somebody got echo.
Yeah, it's Timo. Yeah. Go on, carry on.
Yeah.
Go on, carry on.
No. And considering this was the first North London derby for the manager as well, it was also a new experience for a lot of these players. So I felt like it took them time to kind of set into the game. You saw Udogie, he kind of started off shaky. Bissouma, Madison, they really weren't getting on the ball as much. Like, we couldn't really attack as much as we would like to. But I feel like once the game went on, and obviously we considered just the unlucky goal against Saka. To be honest, I feel like we just got into the game more and more, and you saw it by the way we played. Starting to get more chances. We starting to threaten them a lot more. We say, you know what? Yeah, you guys can press us. We're just gonna play out of their press then, whatever. And then Son obviously at the equalizer. Udogie starting to play. Udogie was on the yellow the whole game for 35 minutes, and for the rest of the game, played fabulously against Saka.
He did. I gotta give him props. Like him and
like,
Van der Ven. Like
Van der Ven,
every time I've watched him, I've impressed me.
That left side is like it's locked up. Like
it's locked down.
You have just to, and I keep saying this about like partnerships. Like you can see the partnership building that Van der Ven and Romero's building, but there's also a partnership with the left back now as well. And I think they both complement each other so well. I think Van der Ven.
Nice.
I mean, big up Lewis in the cup, legend.
Lewis,
I literally just watching your fan camp before I gave money. Yeah, go on. We're gonna get to Chelsea though. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, like
I mean, enough time to smoke.
Yeah, if you want, fam, do your thing, man.
Yeah,
do your thing, man.
Yeah, because obviously there are going to be a lot of questions for the North London derby.
He's talking about Poch, by the way, people. That's Lewis.
Like Van der Ven, like
mercy on me, please.
Like Van der Ven is like again, like people are saying on the time, like that was Roy's performance, and to be honest, in the last few games before, he wasn't as standout, but I still thought he was performing. But big occasion, North London derby against the title challengers, stepping up like he did, bro, just fabulous. And Pedro Porro, I felt like he did very well considering his defensive deficiencies, in my opinion, as well. Like, and then again, like you mentioned at the beginning, James Daniel Madison, and Yves Bissouma. They get two absolute ballers. Like, I'll be honest, we need to have the discussions where do we actually rank the top in the midfield in the league, in my opinion. I feel like people didn't want to give it credit because obviously we're missing the third midfielder, which is okay, which I understand because Sar's still a young G and we don't know what he's going to be.
Well, Sar still does a job in there, though, as a unit.
And as a unit, like, this is what I'm saying, like, as a unit, is perfectly simple. Like, James Madison is like the modern number 10 now that can actually play in all phases. We have Bissouma, who's like people say he's keeping the ball ticking. But if he's not taking the ball, who else is going to do it?
Yes.
And then you have Sar, who's just this energy pack. Whoever this midfielder is, like, let's say you play against a KDB, he can follow KDB wherever. I can go and just be like, you know what, I'm just not going to let you have this. And he can win the ball back. And the good thing about Sar is he has a pass on him. It's just there's still a lot of development. He's only 20. So it's like, again, them two, they showed their qualities in the second half, especially the second half. Like, first half, I think they struggled to get into the game. Declan Rice, he ran from the Bissouma test at halftime.
Yeah, was he injured or did he get taken off? Let me know in the chat, people.
People saying he had a calf injury, but for agenda purpose, he ran. Like, I can also fake an injury. Like, watch this guy be back in on the weekend. Like, he ran from Bissouma. Anyways, and then like the captain stepped up. Like, they thought Harry Kane is gone. This Harry Kane annual North London derby goal is gone. Captain's son coming clutch for us twice. No, I'm saying, like, it was just a good result in my opinion. Even, to be honest, there was like chances where I felt like, you know what, we could even nick the winner. I spoke to a couple of Arsenal fans that felt like, you know what, in my opinion, it was a fair result. Like Roy J is asking, I think it was a fair draw. But I can't lie, I felt like there was chances where, like, we really could actually low-key won the game, but then again, we had to take James Madison off. We had to take Son off because the manager said they weren't 100% fit. Because coming into the game, so we had to take them off. So the fact that we even came up with the draw, considering nobody gave us a chance, everybody said 3-1 Arsenal, 5-0 Arsenal, because Ance's just going to play a high line and just going to expose everybody. But I said this before. Yeah, this might be true that he's going to do that. But Ance's not an idiot. He's been too long in the job.
Chess. No, he's been players though.
Yeah, bro, it doesn't matter because going into the game regardless, people knew they were going to miss these players.
Yeah, and that's facts. That's why you can't get an excuse.
Anyway, I predicted.
I said Arsenal 2-1. I thought Arsenal would win 2-1.
Yeah, I thought Arsenal was going to win 2. Like, and for me, and somebody brought this point up in the group chat, that I saw Bissouma after the game talking about how he was talking about how the fans deserve more, despite getting a very good draw away from home against our arch rivals. But that group that we had last year and the years before, the Poch guys, the Conte guys, the Nuno guys, the Jose guys, they would have celebrated this draw today. Like, we won a league. These guys, man, like, Son is coming out saying these guys weren't happy about this. Like these guys weren't happy about the draw. Like the manager wasn't happy. Like he's glad that we got the draw and he thinks it was a fair result, but the manager wasn't happy about
wanted more.
He wanted more. He wanted to win. Which is like, I feel like this is important. That's why I always kept saying we need to get rid of all these guys that were from Poch, Conte, because I feel like these new guys, especially who started today,
because their mentality infected the team, didn't they?
Yes. Like it's just this mentality
dark
of
times,
bro. The mentality
fucking
of like,
dark times at this club.
Hey, we're gonna get to Chelsea. We're gonna get to Chelsea. Man
got been there, yo. Man got the hoodie on and everything. Been there, man.
Hey, we're gonna get to Chelsea.
I'm hearing all the excuses, man.
I want to get to. We're gonna get to Chelsea. We're gonna get to Chelsea.
Don't worry, people. We gonna get to Chelsea.
Yeah, you cook, man. Enjoy. This is the happiest spot.
I'm not even gonna cook Chelsea like that because I feel like you're probably gonna go into more. But it's just like when I was saying with the mentality thing. It's like these guys got used to getting slapped out by Chelsea, by Arsenal, by Liverpool every single time. Where like no, these new guys they don't know that feeling of getting slapped up by these guys. So maybe you can see there's this. These guys not coming into this game thinking, oh, we're just going to lose this game and just keep it stepping. These guys want to prove themselves that they can go and win the game. So it's like, that's why I like how Ance's handled this whole thing of wanting to rebuild the team where like, okay, the guys who couldn't get sold, you're not even making the bench. Luis is not making the bench. We play Foster on the bench now. Dyer has not been on the bench. And Dombley obviously got loaned. Sanchez got sold. Højbjerg, who was a key member for like 3 seasons. It's not even getting a sniff in the 11 unless he comes off the bench. Same with Skip, and I feel like Ange's really building something really nice at the moment. And I feel like I said, the way people want us to criticize for whatever weird reason because we took advantage of our fixtures, people gotta give Ange some credit as well for actually going away and getting a draw at Arsenal because not a lot of teams do that.
Facts. And we see Chelsea who are here. That's the team who haven't taken advantage of on paper a favourable fixture list. Like we see it. So we don't guarantee.
Oh no, but it's injuries. It's the Nkunku injury. It's lack of experience. It's just all these other variables and bullshit. Like we can't get. Oh, it's the owners. No, it's their fault. They're the ones telling Poch to play like a bitch.
Top to bottom, isn't it? Andrew, why you don't wear your hoodie, man?
Big up Surfer in the cut as well. Large up to Surfer for those that are asking. He is here in the building.
Don't address me by my government name or my Twitter name on this stream, please. I just want to be that guy in the corner. Just leave me alone. I'm here like a dentist appointment trying to avoid this. Let's just talk about Spurs and Arsenal game for 90 minutes and then leave.
Yeah, big up Agent Jorginho, my guy.
Yeah.
Hey, show Jorginho.
And that being said, I want to give a shout out to James Madison for what he said in the interview afterwards. I thought that was jokes in regards to he said him and Saka was like having banter on international duty, and then obviously when Saka scored, he did Madison celebration, and then he said when I span him for the equalizer, you know what I'm saying, to the goal, he must have still been doing my celebration. I was like, I like that. That's good. I was like, I like that.
That's why I love Madison, man.
Yeah, I like that.
I want to make a spoiler for future streams.
Yeah,
I'll be here live, but my comments will be pre-recorded, and I will play them off my phone like that. And by the way, they will be the same.
It's not a bad idea, you know.
Same comments, game after game after game after game. So you know.
You just gotta edit it so like at least it's a new team when you talk about like
you pause and then say insert opposition team name here. That's what you do. Yeah, we were awful against insert team up here.
We lost to Fulham. I'll go that. Yep. So we lost to Fulham. Yep, and then just play it like that. That's what I'll do. I'm literally gonna phone it in from now. I only feel slightly better than Lewis and Fatur. Because I don't have to pay to watch this shit. Do you know what I mean? They have to pay tickets and food and drink to be there and travel to be there. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, this Burnley ticket, you know, is looking hella useless right now.
I told you, pull up, we'll go out in Manchester. You get what I'm saying?
I'm thinking I'm going to just cotch and just do a watch on. I'll roll up to Manchester in my own time and we'll just go out. I'll back that.
Give it to me by Wednesday, yeah? Give it to me by Wednesday, yeah?
I probably will give it back to you on Wednesday.
No, you should. I mean, today I had watched the game. Are we going? What are we talking about now? Are we going into Chelsea? Or
Nah, we'll get to Chelsea in a second.
okay,
Jesse,
cool.
you done with Spurs, and then we'll get to.
Can I just say this? I love the Arsenal fan base, right? My fan base, I hate. My fan base, I mostly hate because you're all full of shit. The Arsenal fan base, I love the way they're trying to ridicule Spurs for like, oh yeah, you're celebrating a draw, and I'm going, no, you complete morons. It's because
that's not Arsenal fans talking.
The last week you said you were going to batter them 4-1, 5-1, 5-0, 6-0. Having your starting 11s and putting all Arsenal players in there. When you haven't been watching Spurs, obviously, right? You haven't been watching Spurs. And I can understand that because I like to go by records, right? I like records at grounds are very important to me, and Spurs' record at Arsenal is atrocious.
It's terrible.
Absolutely. Haven't won there in 12 years. Right, in the league. I know they've won in the cup.
In the league, they won the cup, in the Carabao Cup.
But I love the Arsenal fans coming, oh, yeah, you true. Yeah, do you know why? Because they're doing that for that reason, and secondly as well, because you call yourself title challengers, yeah? You call yourself one of the best teams in Europe, yeah? You call yourself this. When actually, do you know what? Apart from a Champions League game, I think Spurs have played better football than Arsenal this season.
First?
I agree.
I just don't. Someone said it earlier on the stream. I don't think this is Arsenal last season. So I'll tell you why. Because I think even Arsenal last season, I think they would have beat this Spurs side.
Interesting.
I heard that too. Because last season there was more roof.
I think it would have been close. I think they would have eked out a 3-2 win. They would have done some place. But you got to remember this game, yeah. Can I just say? I know stats will probably say Spurs had a better half, but I think Arsenal had most control in the first half for me, and had the better so-called chances. But that they scored that penalty and should have gone right. Now we control the game. And you concede like 60 seconds after that goal to go 2-2. Thank you very much, son. You helped my fantasy. I'm winning in fantasy Premier League points, by the way. Like just this weekend, not like overall, but just so Madison.
And if you want to join the Sarcasm City TV Fantasy Premier League, just let me know, people. I'll drop the code in the chat. Go on, carry on.
This is why like all this like manager patience thing is such bullshit. Because Ange is like, I like Ange. He's just gone in there and plays football no matter what. He's given players time or said no. It's like Dyer. He gave Richarlison 3 games and went, nah, you're a sub. You're not going to start for me. And even helped him whatever his mental issues are. But I just like the way he just doesn't change his style. I'd rather a manager stick with that and gut it out than be an absolute coward. So
Yeah, I mean, we know.
Oh, by the way, Odegaard went missing today. By the way,
Odegaard was quite like he. I think he wasn't.
So did Gabriel Jesus, by the way. As well.
Jesus, which is funny enough because I saw Arsenal fans complaining about that. Why didn't Jesus start up front? Do you guys not see that sitter that he missed today?
Oh
Not even on target. Over the bar.
It's a bad one.
Can I just say, I feel justified. I think Alisson's the best goalie in the Premier League, right? I think Vicario has been the best goalie this season so far.
Okay, first.
I think he has a show, definitely.
He's been absolutely brilliant. The saves today, that first save was in the corner was brilliant. Also, I think David Raya had a good save. I know.
That one save. Before the
didn't
goal.
Cleanly hit it, but I think that was good. Yeah, but can I just say, is Rice injured, by the way? Is that why he went off?
Yeah, Rice got injured. They said, half injured.
This is what I'm saying. But for my agenda purposes, I'm saying Basuma running off the pitch. But that's fine.
Yes, no, you're right. I think that's right. You should say Sarr and Basuma physically dominated Rice and Vieira. That's what you should say. But I thought Spurs were very good today.
No, I hear that.
One thing I wanted to say as well, I kept saying this week, Havertz is going to score the winner. And that guy, I watched him today because this is the first time when I actually watched him against my team as well. Man, that guy is actually shit. Like I saw him at the edge of. I saw him on the edge of the box, and the commentator said, "Havertz lines up," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not scared." I can't Fu had tweeted it as well. I started cringing when the commentator said that because I knew that shit wasn't going to go in.
You shouldn't be afraid.
That guy is
he is terrible. Hey,
He's been stinky, but with our record, he'll bag a goal against us at the bridge. And
I can see that happening. I can see that happening. And that being said, there's over 150 of you lot locked in, but only at 45 likes. What is going on, people? Like check 1212. Like check 1212. Let's hit the like button. You're clearly here enjoying the content, people. So hit that like button. Please make sure you share across the socials. Make sure you subscribe to Lewis's channel, Carefree Lewis G. That way, the link's underneath in the description on this live stream and every other live stream on the channel as well. And subscribe here to Sarcasm City TV as well. And hit the notification bell when you do. What are we at number-wise? We're closing in on 8,200. So let's get us there, people. We're at 9 more. We're at 8,191. Looking for 9 more subscribers. And there's over 150 of you lot watching. And I'm asking for 9 subs. So make sure... hit the like button, subscribe, get us to 8,200 by the end of this stream as well. Big up to Daniel for the super chat who says Havertz 007 told you about that bum. Crazy part is the Arsenal fans trying to gas themselves into like this is a good sign. It's a horrible signing, and we're seeing it. That's why he don't even start for them. There's a reason he don't start for them.
Apparently they rest him. Like the excuses last week when they dropped him and Ramsdale was that they rested him for Champions League games.
Yeah. For PSV, yeah. You know and Lons. Come on, man. What are we doing? Hey, and shout out my guy Eddie every single time says hit the like, people. Yes, people, make sure you do indeed bump up the likes. Continue to get your questions in. Just please keep them Manchester United, Chelsea, or Tottenham Hotspur related. Of course, if you super chat, we'll get to it as well. But yeah, let's get to, this is the Ballers at the Bridge podcast. We'll cross over with the Ballers at the Bridge podcast. So let's go over to what went on at the Bridge today. Chelsea 0, Aston Villa 1. Go to you first, Lewis. Thoughts? Because you had plenty to say in your fan cam. And you've had plenty to say in the group chat. Thoughts?
Poch is a bitch again. Wow. Our attack is shit, which is just same as usual. We miss chances for fun. But again, we're set up to be bitch made. That's what happened today. I said at the start of the stream, first thing is don't talk to me about the red card. It means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. I didn't think it was a red card. I think apparently the rules have changed, so
that's what
I guess the follow-through matters now and everything, which if that's the case, whatever, I don't care. We had chances to kill the game before. We didn't do it. We had chances after. We still didn't do it. They get one chance across the other end of goal and they score. Mistake from Thiago Silva, too slow to come back. Starting to understand the questions against him more and more by the week. Wow. Sanchez could have done better from the angle, but to be honest, he saved us from losing 4 or 5-0 in that game. So I don't even really care too much about it. Fact is, we should have finished our chances. But fact is, Poch turned into a bitch again. As soon as we get the red card, what does he do? Takes Mudryk off. The only guy who's been creating chances. The guy who's yet again our best forward coming out of the game. 2 chances put on the plate that other players ignore. He gets taken off so he can play Chilwell. I don't care if we're down to 10 men. Like, we haven't scored in 2 games. Chase the game. If you lose and you've chased the game, it is what it is. The red cards fucked us. But no, what do? You go defensive-minded. Then you take Jackson off. Not for a striker, though. For a DM. Brings on Ugo Chukwu.
Oh, he took off Jackson and brought in...
Greyhound still has the full 90 minutes. Doing nothing.
Was he the captain?
Wearing the armband again.
Yeah.
And then after we concede the goal, then he decides, I'm going to bring on a striker. Now we need to chase the game because what's his mindset? Protect the point. Protect the fucking point. He's a bitch. He is a fucking bitch, bro. I've literally seen my club get ruined by the week. I hear Jez talking about the change in mentality from Ange. I see it because it's trickling down to the squad now. We are weak-minded. Overplay, underplay. Sterling went back to lagging in the final third. Just get the ball in a good position and just hold it. Enzo, wasteful. Jackson, wasteful. Mudryk, subbed off. Again, for God knows what reason. Cole Palmer did more than 22 minutes than what Gallagher's done in the entire season. He probably won't start because everyone prefers his passion and all this bollocks. The amount of people in the ground who were saying he was the best player, he was the best midfielder for us.
Who Gallagher was?
Yes, because of the
Chelsea.
work rate.
Wait,
Genuinely,
yeah.
the work rate
Right.
and the passion, and he gets the club. You think I'm trolling? These are the actual shit that I was hearing. Like, I don't get it. What is happening, bruv? Like, I haven't seen the standards drop like this.
I genuinely haven't seen the standards drop like this. We are accepting this shit. We're saying it's injuries. We're saying it's lack of experience. We're trying to deflect to the board. We're trying to act like the club is a giant mess from top to bottom. It's not. The manager's a fucking bitch. It's as simple as that. And until he changes his mentality, it's only going to get worse. Why are we going to act like the board's the problem when they've spent $1 billion? We're going to act like the players who are the problem when they're clearly young and they clearly need to be molded. The likes of Nicholas Jackson, I would say he's in a new league. He needs time to develop. But we put him on a pedestal where he has to perform now, so I have to put him up to those standards. He's not reaching those standards. But I can also look at him and say, I'm not writing you off just yet. I'll give you a bit of time. In terms of the manager, I need to see a cohesive style of play. I need to see you actually go to games and try to fight. In the last 2 games, he's gone to protect the point. The last 2 games before that, he played with 2 forwards. And they were both home games against Luton and Forest. But we want to deflect everything away from him. Why? Like, I remember Alex in the fan cam who was talking about blind faith. This is what I was mocking United fans about with Ollie for years.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah, in the fan cam, you did say that.
With Arsenal for years, taking the piss out of them. Now we're meant to do the same thing.
Blind faith in Poch.
Believe in the coach. He's got a plan and all this shit. You've heard it all before, innit?
I've heard that, yo.
You've heard it all before.
I think I've seen that lyric book.
Stages of this shit, and we're literally walking through this.
I've seen that lyric book back the gaffer.
I don't get it, man. We've had 20 years of big standards and everything, and everyone's just falling into propaganda. Or it's only 6 games. You can't go against Poch this early. Dickheads. You were this quick to turn on Felix. You were this quick to turn on João Felix after a couple games to defend Mason Mount. When it comes to Pochettino, no. You got to give him a little bit of time. No. The fact is, we all invested heavy stocks into him. But I'm willing to say I was catfished. I'll hold my hand up and say, yo, yeah, this ain't what I thought it was. And I was like, no, give it time. What, are you going to wait for the next couple games? Is that what you think's going to change? Well, when Arsenal and Brentford are rolling to the bridge, when we got to go to Tottenham and we got to go to Newcastle, City at the bridge, should I wait till then? What am I waiting for? A few more L's. Hopefully we draw one of the games or something. Where will we be by December when we get out of that patch of games?
Number 17.
You must be, if we're lucky. If we're lucky. We don't have Tuchel's points to save us no more. We could be rock bottom. We could
I don't think you'll be rock bottom because you are definitely without
as
doubt
hopeless as we were last season.
You're better than Luton. That's what I was gonna say. You're better than Luton and you're better than Sheffield United, so you won't be rock bottom.
Okay, so Flores, so basically,
so we'll be 18.
Just Flores, because you let me go. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Flores. You are.
You know what? I know just well enough. Yeah, I see the bullshit a mile off, yo. All he said was, "Yo, Flawless," and I knew. Go on.
I knew what you were trying to do. So you're saying, yeah, because Lou is saying rock bottom, yeah, and you say you're not going to be rock bottom. It's going to be too much work. So it's still relegation.
I don't think, all jokes aside, I don't think they're worse than the 3 sides that have come up.
Yeah,
I don't think they're worse than Burnley.
So tell them that they're 16th then. This is what you're blind then.
Yeah, you know what? I need to actually look at the bottom end of the but that is
you might have put Chelsea too high up on the shameless.
Yeah, because we put you like 12th. We did. I'm surprised that as much as I thought, all right, Chelsea lack goals and lack creativity. Even I'm shocked at what's
manager,
going on.
Bro.
Yeah, because I do agree.
One manager can make or break a team.
No, I agree.
What you're seeing it to an even worse effect because he's sitting there and accepting this shit.
No, I hear you.
Do you know if we don't score on Wednesday, we wouldn't have scored in the month of September?
You know what? I got told about that today.
You got Brighton, bro.
No score in the month, man. That is crazy, bro.
Even on the Potter, we bagged a goal or two a month.
Hey, hold on.
That was one
Lewis, we back 4 goals, bro. Legends game, man. That's what we can hold on for.
That's a Legends Day.
And I just,
guy.
our next game would be October 2nd, which is a Monday against Fulham.
Yeah, it would.
All right, but I just want everyone to use their imagination when you look at us. Okay, so if you have Fatah saying blood or fam 15 times a second, you have me with bald saying it's time to go, and Lewis just a little bit chunkier and bald. You're just looking at a new version of AFTV right now, because this is what, and I'm not saying that to ridicule anyone here or anything like that. And big up to those guys, all of them.
Yeah, salute to AFTV, man.
Yeah, big up
stuff
to
like that.
Yeah, man, 100%.
Just with what we're saying, that's all. You know what I mean? Just with what we're saying, just how we're talking about it. This is exactly what Arsenal fans were saying for years until the last year or so. I just think it's too easy to blame the board. I really do. I think Poch has defrauded this club.
Wow.
I think he has all this set up to fail. What the hell did he think he was signing up for in the first place? He knew we weren't go. He knew the type of player we were going for. That, you know, the youngish side, something like that. Why do you think we probably fell towards him? Because he has that experience before.
Warrior J, I got you as well. I've starred those two. Sorry to cut you off. Warrior J, I've starred them 2 comments that you said. Don't worry, I've got them both. Go on, carry on, Surfer. Carry on.
But it's like, oh, Jesus, no.
Big up Ahmed in the cut. You bless Ahmed, yeah? Big up, man.
Yeah, I'm big good, bro.
Big up, Ahmed. Welcome to the trenches.
What did he think he was signing up to when he first joined us? The reason we probably chose him is because he had this type of experience or supposed experience before. But all this, we should blame. It's all the owners. Even they would not have suggested to play Levi Colwell at left back when he hasn't played at left back in his entire professional career. I was on a space this week, and some guy, I went to this guy, when has Colwell ever played left back? Oh, he went, well, maybe in junior football. I went, what the fuck did junior football? What
Wait, who said that? Was that who?
I can't remember this guy, but he was. It's like, and then it's like, oh yeah, and then I'm sure they went, yeah, let's play Chilwell at left wing. When we've signed Mudryk, Madueke, we have Maatsen who can all do that job, right? I know. Let's consistently play Gallagher in a position we've paid £106 million for Enzo, who's better in that position, and let's push Enzo into a 10. Let's continue to play Thiago Silva, who's been the worst defender this season by far. Not this Sassy, because he's an easy target. Thiago Silva. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. When you speak about Thiago Silva in the fan base,
you must not be named.
Man, treat him like he's Voldemort.
It's Voldemort. Thiago Voldemort. Yeah.
This sounds familiar.
Yeah.
That sounds much.
Did you just say something about Thiago Silva?
Sorry.
Hey, who's Thiago Silva?
All right, man. He's saying the guy's name, man.
Sorry. Let me rephrase that. The oldest centre back in our defence, therefore he shall not be named. You had to say it in a soft voice because, of course, do you know what? Thank you for joining our club and playing for us, Thiago Silva. You've done us a huge favour. Get stuffed, man. You know what I mean? And tell your wife to get stuffed as well. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. Tell her to give you. Tell her to give you your balls back. Yeah.
Wait, where is it?
All this we need is experience and stuff like that. That man is a coward bitch on the pitch. I don't care what anyone says.
Wow.
He is supposed to be a lead. If that's a leader, do you know what? Just blow me up right now because I don't need that type of leadership. If he was a leadership in a foxhole, it'd get blown up within seconds, man. He wouldn't even enter that foxhole. He'd leave it. That's how much a coward he is. Okay, just a coward. And all this like, oh yeah, we need experience. Our experienced players are the worst. Our experienced players are the worst. They've been the worst for the last 4 years. They've let us down consistently. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely let us down. I don't care what anyone says. And by the way, Gallagher's an experienced player. He's now in his 4th season in the Premier League. Okay? He's now in his 4th season in the Premier League. And people like going after like Caicedo. Caicedo had a very good game today. The reason he had to do most of the any fouling and stuff like that, or lost Jules, piss off with you, Jules. As well. I'm so sick of this. Someone said, oh yeah, but he doesn't do well in aerial duels. He's like 4'8", bro. I don't expect him to do well in aerial duels, for Christ's sake. But it's all like Jules. Oh yeah, I asked someone on a casual stream. I did the same. Name me 3 traits. Or 3 traits that Gallagher excels at, and the guy named me 2 off the ball traits in the chat. I mean, I can't win. He's
tenacity, personality, work rate.
What did he say? Ahmed? He went going into the late runs into the box, and then some other bullshit.
It was work rate, definitely work rate.
It was work rate, and I said on the ball, you idiot. It's just, and then you've got Sterling. I will defend Sterling, but today he was stinky. Absolutely, he had a very. I would have taken him off. It's very rare. A red card obviously is supposed to be a disadvantage for him. By the way, it was a red card to me. I have no doubt about that. It was a red card. I would say this: it's very rare that a coach gets blamed even after a red card happens, right? Because they have that excuse. But it's arguable that Poch managed to make us worse after the red card with his substitutions, right? Because, like these guys said, you take off Mudryk, and by the way, they need to start passing to him more, because even the first half today, he was very good. Second half, didn't pass in the ball, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? And they went the right side again, heavy. But they took Mudryk off, which is such an easy cop-out to take like the least experienced player off, even though he's better than like Sterling. Okay, you take Nicholas Jackson off. Okay, so then you leave us with a front 2 of Cole Palmer and Sterling. But Ugochukwu, no problem. You want to make a difference? Put Caicedo at right back. He's played there before.
Caicedo can play right back.
Play right back. You have everything on like that. And then what made it worse is like, we go 1-0 down, and then he brings Armando Broja on. Why don't you just bring a Broja on in place of Jackson anyway? I don't understand this. Why are you trying to then chase the game after not chasing the game? Do you know what I mean? And by the way, Sanchez was brilliant again today. People are going to blame him for the goal. Okay, fine. It went through his legs. But I saw plenty of times Courtois go through Courtois.
I don't know how he saved
Courtois' legs. So, but he saved us. But again, it's like, how many years do I have to say this? 2017, we can't finish. And now, do you know what's happening? You know why? You know what makes it worse now? Our defenders aren't scoring as well, which is what was mostly like. It's true. We're right back.
You're spot on.
Oh, and Ben Chilwell today. Can I just say?
He missed a bad one.
That bad one. When you're going like that towards the goal, you're supposed to drive the ball that way. Yeah. He went for the near post, but the goalkeeper's got it more covered.
This brother's regressing at everything.
Didn't even lift the ball like that. But
ball striking was one of his strengths. He ain't even got that anymore. He's just a cardio merchant.
I'm just with this. Listen.
He just won the gap contest, and that's it.
I don't mind.
Big up Casually FC for the raid as well. Big up Marshall. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Great work, Marshall, and the rest of the gang are doing over there. So subscribe to Casually FC.
Brothers.
Make sure. I tweeted out. I'm Poch out now.
I was gonna get to that because I seen that and I was like, oh, because I know you've tweeted that. And because I know you well enough, I know it's not from an emotional and you being reactionary. No, so I know it's multiple reasons. Like, you're logical with it. It's not like, Timo, you're my guy, but if you tweeted that, I'll be like, yeah, it sounds like Timo. You know what I'm saying?
Surfer, I'll throw you this question. It's a bit technical. How much of a money that we're going to have to pay to sack Poch, by the way?
I don't think it's a lot, though. He's only on a 2-year contract with an option on the third.
I don't give a shit. Pay it.
Yeah. So you're literally going to have to pay 1 year contract.
And also, can I just who are we going to get in? I don't need a big name, bro. Do you know what? Go to Italy, break their contract for Spalletti. Get him in. Go get Xabi Alonso in. Go get Glasner
then you go back to that bowling.
Go get Maurizio back.
Whatever. I don't know. No. Nearly got me there, but no. I'm not getting the Italian.
Don't worry, we're
DLC.
gonna get to you, Ahmed. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Come on,
back to
man.
what you were
Italian
saying,
pep, bro.
Back to
Yeah.
what you were saying, Seth, in regards to tweeting
so
Poch out. Why did you tweet that?
I'm Poch out because with this team and this manager, you're going to have to earn my support. Now, in terms of like, I will still watch him because this is like a drug addiction. I can't shift. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I just can't. I mean, I had both games on today. I was watching both. The North London games. I actually thought we played well up until the red card, but we couldn't finish. But I'm just Poch out in terms of I don't think he's just not. He's just not. He is completely flipped, even from pre-season. Now, people might say he's completely flipped since Tottenham, and that's fine. But even from pre-season, there's no explanation that he's given. Or sorry, he's not even been asked why he's flipped from pre-season. Everyone's going to go, oh, yeah, but he's got loads of injuries. We've had players in those positions that haven't been injured that can play, and he's not playing them. We've got 3 left backs. He doesn't play a single one of them at left back. Yeah, we got wingers. And I know he started the last 2 games, Mudryk, but he's playing Ben Chilwell there. If he wants to play 10, he's actually got someone who can play there and might be better at wide, but Cole Palmer can play there. Doesn't start him. Stuff like that. You've hung Nicholas Jackson out to dry. This should be his introductory season, not him. He shouldn't be leading the line every time. Should be coming on. But you didn't want, reportedly, you didn't want Vlahovic. Okay, but you didn't want João Felix. For me, that's not a big loss. You know what I feel about João Felix.
Yeah.
It's not a big loss to me. But you didn't want Vlahovic. But if I was the one thing I would criticise and assist the board should have done is gone, all right, you don't want Vlahovic, fine. But we need to get someone in because you can't go even for half a season with Nicholas Jackson and a returning injured Armando Broja, yeah? Oh, and then hold out hope we're going to get Tony in January. If Arsenal come calling and match a bid for Tony, he'll go to Arsenal. Same with Spurs. If they're like high up the table, why would he go to us? Unless we pay him an obscene amount of money, but we're not going to do that because the wage structure. So why would you do that? Why would you risk that? And that's what I resisted for. I don't mind this European system of clubs buying players and making them the coaches coach. They do it abroad, and it seems to work fine. Real Madrid and Barcelona, you know, it seems to work fine. Bayern Munich, stuff like that. But I just don't think he'll. I just don't think he'll change. Like, I'm fascinated what he does at Fulham next week with Gusto and Jackson out. I am so fascinated what he does because for me, if he's fit enough, I play Caicedo right back for that game, and I put Ugo Chukwu with Enzo. And I play Cole Palmer at the 10, and I play Mudryk, and I just go for it. Because after that game, I think it's Burnley, but then the run is just horrendous.
Yeah, your run gets horrific. Yeah. Let me run through. Run through the run.
It's Arsenal.
I can name it if you want.
No, it's all right. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is this: I don't see us picking up any points from those games we're playing right now. Why would we? We are in a shit show. And everyone can take blame of it, but when it comes to on the pitch stuff, that's solely down to the manager. Yeah,
that's on the manager. I don't see him getting sacked during the run because I don't think you want to hire a manager during that run. But I can see him being sacked at the end of the run.
Remember, there's an international break in October.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, between Burnley.
Burnley.
But do you sack a manager before? Do you sack a manager and then have a new manager come into that type of run?
I think Chelsea fans would be more.
If you get negative results, the next 3 games, one of them is a cup game, so you get negative. You get knocked out by Brighton.
Yeah.
When I say negative result, even a draw is a negative result away to Burnley, and I think at home.
Yeah, Burnley. Yeah, that Fulham and Burnley are now must-win. They were must-win games anyway, but they're must-win games
Fulham
now.
And Burnley.
Yeah.
Do you then go? Do I want this? This guy's pissing his pants against these teams. What's he going to do against Pep and stuff like that? Do I want some guy who's going to come in and do like a Deserbian and says, "Screw this! I don't care who we're playing. I'm gonna like Ange. I don't care who we're playing. I'm gonna play my type of football." I'd rather us do. I don't, and this is Chelsea, so I don't think we've ever had a real style of play. But I don't know what we're doing on the pitch. I have no idea what we're doing on the pitch, what type of football we're trying to play. And remember, this is a Villa side that shockingly for me played a high line today up until they scored the goal. They were playing a high line. And I have no confidence in this team whatsoever. Like on the Casually stream, I was the only one who didn't put us in the top 4. Like the rest of the panel, I couldn't believe what I was. You too, Ahmed. I couldn't believe what I was listening to. Like we put in.
I may have put Chelsea.
Why would you
in
put
first
Chelsea in the top
place.
4?
I thought fifth. I thought I was fifth.
But I can't like even I gotta admit I thought Chelsea getting at least top 5 and I was doing the prediction with Ahmed. But this comes
But the
back to
thing
what
is,
you
this
said.
team's capable of it.
This is what I was about to say because I said it
Ahmed,
before.
I've been waiting to hear that one, man.
Because this is what
Sorry, bro. You can go ahead.
Well,
Now we're gonna get to
we're gonna get to everybody. Don't worry.
Everyone gonna get mic
man,
time, man. We ain't no time to hear, man. You don't know. We got ample time, man. We went to Loaded Looks. We got all night. Don't worry about it, man.
God,
And,
We got all night. We got all night.
What's it called? But yeah, Sofa said it before, and I agree. Technically, when you took just in terms of squad, forget the start 11 squad. Chelsea is ended between, let's say, 3rd all the way to at least 6th, 7th, at least at minimum. Technically, our Spurs side, our squad is not better than Chelsea's squad. Yet, we are finding it very easy to understand what the manager wants to do, and if you don't fit, get the fuck out of here. And
Hey,
if you
Ahmed, don't hate.
leave,
I do. Before you go, Jez. Ahmed, don't hate. I do. You know what I'm saying? Whoever it is, shout out to Daps Lover. Big up for the super chat. I don't know if you're a female or male, but thank you very much. Appreciate the super chat. 2, I appreciate I appreciate the compliment. Because all I do around here is get criticized. I do look good. Nice. The hate. I see you looking funny in it. I look good, man. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's a female or male. I don't know if it's a female or male. I just say thank you for the compliment and keep it stepping. Thank you.
Obviously, this person's listening to the audio version of this. So
Hey, fuck you.
hey, that's a white lady. Hey, what are your video? At least it's a compliment.
Hey, Surfer, hey, screw you with it. How about that, innit? How about that? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to get a lot of laughs this season. It might as well be at your expense.
At my expense, thanks. Yeah. Like, see how it works, people. I get a compliment, and then somehow it turns into criticism of me. You know, I get complimented, and then I get criticized. Now, Daniel, I didn't know. That's why I didn't say. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? I've seen it. Obviously, this person is fond of Daps. That's why their name is Daps Lover. So big up to Never a Foul, large up Daps as well. But I didn't know if it was a fee. I just say thank you and keep it stepping. That's what it was. But where was we at going, Jess?
Yeah, I was quick. Yeah, and I'm saying like technically,
You guys, I'm gonna have to bounce, but big up, my guys.
Hey,
Yeah,
Lewis,
yeah,
love
yeah.
every time, yeah? You already know, man.
Take care, my guys.
Take care.
Bless.
Yeah, and what I was saying is that like technically, like for me, I think Poch is just overcomplicating a lot of things. Like I said, why is nobody in the media asking him why he changed up from what he did in the preseason? Because I feel like if he would at least, even if the results aren't coming as well, at least you have kind of like your foundations that you were working with, and I feel like results will eventually come at this point of the season. But you just switching up completely 360, and it's not like the squad isn't talented. There is talent in the squad, and no, because the talent is not producing, Chelsea fans just it's buy a new toy. I want a striker. I want this and what that, and then you're just gonna overflow your squad again, and then you go back to what, ironically, but I promise you, at his end of his tenure, closer to his end of his tenure, and then you start all over again, having a lot of guys on the payroll, a lot of guys that you're trying to offload, but you gave them 9-year contracts, and it's like I said, like I feel like the manager's at the moment not utilizing his squad to the best that he can do, in my opinion. I think he's not doing it, and I said this before as well, before I let Timo go. I feel like the way Chelsea play, apparently they have created like 14 big chances. It doesn't feel like it when I watch Chelsea. It doesn't feel like Chelsea putting pressure on our opposition anytime I watch Chelsea. Like they play conservative, and this comes back to the mentality of the manager. How do you set up your team? Do you want your team to be aggressive in the final third? Do you want to be more? You know what? Let's wait for openings and then take our chance. And I feel like it comes all back from the manager. That's why I'm like, why can people not understand that? Because I think it's very clear. Like I can see an intent when Pep coach. I can see an intent that when Klopp coach. I can see an intent with Ange coach. even Ten Hag, I can see an intent. Is it working at the moment? No, but I can see an intent of what he's trying to do. With Poch, it's like, I'm fine not scoring a goal and just wait until the chance comes. And it's not like Chelsea have clinical finishers to begin with. So that's why you see where Chelsea are right now.
So, Jez, here's the thing, right? You've got Mudryk on the left. He's right-footed. Likes to invert, right? Come inside. So why wouldn't you put an actual left back who can overlap or even underlap, right?
Exactly. You're helping. You're putting pressure.
So you're asking. Colwell is not Ake or Vardiol, who have played left back before, okay? So you're asking him to do something unnatural. To me, he doesn't have the physique to do that, or even like the agility.
Even the offensive, like crossing.
And just quickly, to Daniel, I'm gonna get to that question as well in regards to. I've started that last question, so don't worry, man. I'm starting all the best questions, people. But if you super chat, I will get straight because the comment section is going crazy, and there's 5 mics here, and everyone wants to have their say, which they will as well.
Yeah, sorry,
Big up to Dead in the Water as well. Nah, it's cool, man. Nah, you got plenty to say and get off your chest. We got time.
You're asking Enzo to play a 10 role. He's not a 10. He's not a 10. I said this before, he's the guy that passed before the pass guy. All right?
He's close to Cruz.
Yeah. You've got Gallagher playing there. My God. So many passes today, hospital passes to the back line. It's like, and his touch is so heavy, bro. It's like I kept saying, when and we play pro clubs, you see me often, I forget to take off the sprint button and stuff like that. But he's like that with his touch, bro. It's just mad.
Like he's always in fast forward.
Yeah, but then we're so right-sided as well. It's like, hello, we've got a hole for it. Sometimes in pro clubs I feel like that. I'm on the left side going, I'm like standing.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like, switch the ball.
I don't say, give me the fucking ball.
Huh?
You know what I mean? Let me do something with it. But we're so right-sided. It's ridiculous. And like I said, I'm sorry. I believe the reports that he didn't want Vlahovic, which Felix I don't care about. But but we could. He set himself up for failure. So he has. You can't say that this board doesn't listen to the managers they have because they listened to Tuchel about he wanted a Aubameyang, they got him a Aubameyang. They didn't get a midfielder until he said he wanted a midfielder. Stuff like that. So we bought experience in last summer, like to Koulibaly and Sterling and stuff like that, and it hasn't worked. And like I said, the players I get down on the most are the experienced players in the squad. They should be up to look at Thiago Silva, likes of Chilwell, likes of Gallagher, likes of Sterling, and go, okay, you guys have been here before. You've won everything in your career. Not like any single one has, but do you know what I mean? Collectively, even Enzo to the extent he's won the World Cup. Like that, and just go, what we do and lead us through it. But no, no one takes ownership.
Yeah, no one's taking accountability.
And you know what? That's been allowed to fester for years. But the manager needs to put his own imprint on his team and giving Gallagher the fucking captaincy. And I know it's only a symbol and stuff like that. But, oh my God!
It is a bad look. I hear you.
This guy. I mean, the reason we call him Blonde Mount is because he's a variant of Mount. I keep saying this. It's like. I'm telling you, it's like Multiverse of Madness, Stamford Bridge. This guy would be a different version of Mount. He is. I told you, him and Mount are Ken and Ryu. Street Fighter, bro. But they don't have any skill. Do you know what I mean? They can punch someone out of a paper bag. These lot, honestly. I know all this like, I thought Caicedo was supposed to lock on Enzo. Okay, we'll let them play together and let's see what they can do because they haven't been playing together.
Yeah, the fact that he's playing playing Enzo out of position to play Gallagher. Yeah,
Caicedo's a flop. Caicedo was clearing up Gallagher's messes today. And also, what did you expect Caicedo to come in and do since he was supposed to be bought as a 6? So I'm not looking at Caicedo for GNA, you pricks.
Yeah.
I'm looking to win like fucking air jewels as well. Do you know what I mean?
Air jewels. It is. Before we get to Timo, there's over 180 people still locked in. Big up to everyone. Continue to get your questions in. Like I said, please just keep it Manchester United, Chelsea, or Tottenham Hotspur related. Only at 69 likes. There's over 180 people. Like check 1212. Let's get up to 100 likes, people. When you enter the city of Sarcasm, pay the toll, people. It's tax free. It's tax-free in the city. No other city is the tax. We ask you to pay absolutely free. Hit the like button, subscribe as well to the channel. We're at 8,193. Looking for 7 more subscribers. Get us to 8,200. Make sure you also subscribe to the Bridge 258, which is Ahmed's channel. And make sure you subscribe to Lewis's channel, Carefree Lewis G. And on top of that, Casually FC as well. Make sure you subscribe to that channel also. Timo, floor's yours. You was there today. Thoughts? I'm not actually watching your fan cam. Yeah.
First and foremost, you forgot Chelsea Fan TV, but it's also subscribe to that as well.
Oh yeah, subscribe to Chelsea Fan TV. Even though the amount of Chelsea therapy I do, they owe me some bread, but we move.
Secondly,
Go on, carry on.
I'm gonna be different to what Surfer said about Poch. I just think this is because, don't get me wrong, like you can have your own opinion. Surfer, you can have your own opinion. I do think this is a deeper issue than Poch. We've heard this from last season after Tuchel sacked. Our fan base saying, we want Potter, best manager in England, bring him now. Look what he's doing at Brighton. Then the same cycle, sack Potter, he's a small club manager. Who hires this guy? Get him out. Oh, look, there's Poch available. We want Pochettino. He's an elite manager, can develop youth. He's the right manager for Chelsea right now. Now, it's just a repeatable cycle, man. And at the moment, we haven't got that players that we've got. I think it's a misprofiling players as well. I looked at our signings, but mostly averaging about 21 years old. Well, again, where you need some sort of a spine in there and insurance to build this team from the ground, because we agreeing to certain things like, yes, we get rid of Deadwood, fine, but you need to bring some sort of competent players in to build that, to do that rebuild. And unfortunately, we haven't got that same structure ever since the owners have taken over. And you can criticize the owners for some things, but the people who like to call bully out is, I'll be real with you, it's like there's no point of calling them out, because they're, number one, they're going to be here for a long time, for the next 10 years. Plus, there's a contract itself, there's a no sell clause. So we're literally stuck with this owner for the next 10 years now. And you ask yourself a question again. Let's say if we fail this season, we do need that Champions League money. We do need that European football money. What happens if we fail this season? What happens if we don't get that European football, let's say, by the Conference League? Because at the moment, I think we're projecting finish by 9th. What's going to happen to these players? Like, these owners are gambling a lot on these potential likes of Enzo Caicedo. That's a huge gamble. And then the next couple of years' time, by the time we get that FFP going, we're going to have to sell them cheap in a cheap price as well. And that's the issue about it. And again, like, you can criticize Poch on the tactics, but at the same time, there's not a lot that he can do right now. Like, you just got to pinpoint the blame on the top, and the way that we approach things after the Frank Lampard gone last season. So that's my thoughts about it.
You see, this is where you and I disagree. Potter and Poch have come in, and everyone knows they have different ways of playing, and they've both betrayed themselves going to a familiar defensive lineup. Yeah, Potter came in, and if you thought about his results, he played one way really with Brighton. Whether he got mixed results, and De Zerbi's turned it up to 11 and got even better. Okay, Poch doesn't help himself. Like I said before, you never heard me use the injuries as an excuse why we're not playing well, because he's got players that can play in those positions. Okay, he refuses to put Maatsen at left back for some reason. Maybe it's physique or something, but let me just go back. Let me just say Roberto Carlos and Ashley Cole weren't the tallest of left backs, in my opinion. Yeah? Refused to play Maatsen when he played at left back for most of the majority of his career, or can play at left wing. Brings him on occasionally and plays at a 10. Played him at a 10 in pre-season. It worked out well, linked up with Jackson and everything like that. Okay? Cole Palmer he bought, can play right wing. Centre mid. I just think this whole experience thing is just a crutch I don't need experience for guys who've been playing football all their life. I don't care whether you've been playing it on the field and you're training or in your under-17 championships or the Premier League. The goal is still the same size. Okay? The decisions still need to be made. Okay? Be braver. Be braver. That's all it is. Don't think about it. Don't think about what might not happen. Think about what could happen. Could take it to like today's goal. Saka took the shot, was going wide. Romero put his leg up, it went in. Take goals.
Hey, Warrior J, big up. Go on,
I just think the profile of player, it can be argued whether it's going to be good or not. But we have no idea how good these players are going to be if you don't play them in their goddamn rightful positions and you don't play them for an extended run in this team. Ugo Chukwu is a better DM at this moment than Conor Gallagher. Okay? Cole Palmer I'm not saying to replace him, put Enzo back where he belongs in a pivot, in a slightly less role, and put Cole Palmer at the 10 and see what happens. Put Rudrick on the left, with Sterling on the right, and put Jackson up there. But give Jackson some help and support. On the field, you cannot blame anything with the owners for. Okay? This is down to Poch, and only Poch. I will say the players as well take blame, as always, because they're the ones who can decide where to put the ball and everything like that. But this is down to Poch. Okay? That's why I said earlier, he's defrauded the owners and the fan base. But what he did in pre-season and probably what he said he was going to do in the job interview. Okay? And remember this. We were negotiating with Poch for quite a while, if you remember. And also, the official announcement didn't come until the deal was announced a month after. So he's had a lot of time to take a look at this squad and realise what this, I don't like the word, this project is. You understand what I'm saying? He knew exactly what he was getting into when he signed up. If he thought it was going to be anything different, then it's on him. He's an idiot. Okay? He's an idiot. But he is putting this all on his shoulders. Okay? This is his fault. We wouldn't have. If Lampard was in control, why is it not Poch's? But Lampard got it all last season.
That's facts. Lampard would have. If Lampard was doing this, they would have both got criticised heavily. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But why is it not Poch? Huh? That's what I don't get. That's what I don't get. You can say the players, aren't the right profile, but we have no idea because he doesn't play them consistently enough or give them a chance. His subs today were a disgrace. His subs during his entire time here have been nearly a disgrace.
Oh, that's one thing that has not changed since he left Tottenham.
Thank you very much. A Tottenham fan saying that, and probably, and I know Strasbourg. Steve didn't really think he did well at PSG, and that's understandable. But his subs today were so confusing, and I don't have a coaching degree, but I think what I suggested is far better than what Poch actually did on there. So go on.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
do you know what? Do you exactly know what our project is? Because I don't know at this time.
Yes, we're getting younger players.
Carry on.
We're building a younger side, so it can go on for at least a good few years. So we don't have to buy, or when we buy players, they are superstars already.
Okay. Secondly, if we sack Poch now, which manager are we gonna get? Are we gonna get a winner of a serial manager with this board, or are we gonna get another project manager?
This is my thing. We could at Chelsea. I don't think we need to get a big name manager or well-known manager. Mm-hmm. Look at Ange Postecoglou, right? We only really know him because he managed Celtic, right?
Yeah.
We didn't know him before, anything like that. We thought, what's he going to do at Spurs? We already know instantly how they play, his style of play, and he's had probably less time than Poch. And he's got a less of a squad than Poch to work with. His squad after that initial first 11, by the way, he also lost their best ever player during the summer as well, and the leading goal scorer. Their best 11 is good. After that 11, it's a load of shit. That Spurs squad, a load of shit. Okay. Why don't go to Italy FA, break their contract, get Spalletti. He's a winner, right? One for Napoli, but not well known. Right? Plays great football, right? Glasner. Where's he? Glasner.
He's free agent right now.
Yeah. Why do you? Okay. Xavi Alonso. What's the sporting manager's name again?
Ruben Amorim.
Ruben Amorim. The Frankfurt coach.
That was Oliver Glasner. That was Oliver Glasner. But they have a new one now. The final manager is Slot is the final.
Slot from Feyenoord. I think that's what these group of players need. I really do. I think they need that a manager that. See, look at you turning your nose up right now because they're not well known. That's
you were turning up our nose and Postecoglou, guys. And look what he's doing now.
At this rate,
that's a great point about Postecoglou. Sorry, go on.
These orders just gonna scare the managers away. Any manager that wants to apply for this team, they're not gonna want to do it.
That's what we said about Roman Abramovich, bro. We said that about Roman Abramovich.
Now, actually, let me ask the question. Why is that? I actually want to know.
They have to change the model now. They have to change the you know.
No.
They have to change the model. It's as simple as that. You can't go.
Okay, why do they have to change the model? Let me ask you that then. Like I don't believe their model is particularly long because you see other teams doing it. It's not Chelsea is doing it. It's just Chelsea maybe overdoing it in my opinion with certain guys like Angelo and David Washington.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're overdoing it with that. But I don't think the model is completely wrong because Barcelona's trying to do it. They're trying to do it. Real Madrid is doing it. Not Barcelona. Bayern Munich is doing it to an extent where, like, okay, they're not buying maybe a 20-year-old, but they're trying to buy somebody that can have somebody there for longevity. Top class realizing, we need to go because
you guarantee
younger players there is a longer longevity about them than just buying somebody and then having just a smaller window. And considering as well the way football is going, we bought Brennan Johnson for 50 million. Like, come on. Do you think
yes, can you guarantee some of these players are going to reach their potential?
I can't. Nobody can guarantee that.
Yes,
but that's why it's also important. But it's also important to have the right structure, the right manager in place. The issue isn't with Poch. See, a lot of people that complain about Pochettino is not because they don't believe Poch can't do it. The issue with Poch is that Poch is not helping himself. I don't know why it's so hard for people trying to understand because let's be honest, Poch is not utilizing some of these players that are on the pitch. And of course, if you don't get the results, it's okay. You have Motric who's still immature in his type of playing. You have Noni Madueke who's immature with his play. But when you put guys into positions where like you can't make it up how you can successfully win a football match, that for me is a problem. Like Pep came in, had an idea, and even in his first, people said in his first season Pep was going to flop in England. Klopp would rather go 4-3 than change his philosophy. Ange is coming in. He said straight away. Everybody said, Ange came out and said, I'm not going to change my ways of playing against Arsenal. We don't care that the types of challenges. Everybody said we're going to get slapped 5-1. We came up with a 2-2, and you can argue we were the better team today. But with Pochettino, it's like, okay, you had a way of playing in preseason, then you switched it completely because maybe one injury. There is a key injury in the attacking sense. So for me, it's like, it's not that people don't believe Poch can't develop these guys or that Poch cannot be a part of the project. It's the issue that Poch, just from a fundamental stage, in my opinion, is fucking up already. Like, let Kovac play centre back. Even if Chilwell is not performing at left back, if Cucurella is not performing at left back, okay, it's a project. It's gonna take time. You need to then buy somebody new in that position, but at least utilize the players that you have to the best capabilities. And I don't believe he's doing it. And I think Surfer Pro, valid reasons. I think Ahmed is going to talk about it soon as well because he hasn't spoke yet. I have listened to Chelsea fans who complain about Poch. I think there are valid reasons why they can be angry at Poch. And none of these people that say, "Oh, go and get me Simeone, go get me this manager, go get me this serial winner." Like Surfer just said, you can go and get a manager that is experienced, has won stuff, but it's just not that big of a name because he hasn't won a top 5 division, a top 5 in the league title, or a Champions League. Because people think you have to be. People think Timo, that you don't maybe want to listen to this, but this is the reality, bro. People think you need a manager that is well known and to think things to work out, but it's not the case.
Yes, can I ask you a question, bro?
And just quickly, just before you ask him a question, I do hear the issues with Poch in regards to playing players out of positions, nothing to do with ownership.
He's not helping himself with that. In terms of game management, I don't mind if you're not gonna play.
Yeah, like that's on him. Like having a clear style of play, number one, which we know you have because we've watched you do it, and playing players in the right position. Like you have Cucurella, you have Chilwell. Who's the other left back you got on your side? Right. So you have 3 options. Pick one. Same
You know what it is?
Yeah, but go on. I know you got ask a question to Jess. And
It's a simple.
Close yours.
Yeah, and this is just the show factor. If I thought the thing I'm gonna make, who is an elite coach right now that is a winner that he can bring to Chelsea right now? Yeah, other than Pep Guardiola and even for argument's sake, Klopp. That's what I'm saying to you. Like after that, you've got a myriad of either those guys that are randomly in the middle that have known flaws, or you got to go for these guys who are starting up their careers or like doing really well with like a mid-table team that have got some level of success or doing well in a lower division like a Eredivisie or like in a German league, and that's what you've got available right now. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm pretty sure Joe would agree with me when it comes to that. So that's the point I'm just gonna make on the manager. But like in regards to actually Chelsea Football Club, I don't know how we can blame the ownership, and I'm going to explain to you in the simplest of terms. Pochettino and the club for 2 months were in intense negotiations. Like this is what was reported from Fabrizio. They were in intense negotiations. This brother knew what he was coming into. Stop.
Let's
that's a very valid point.
Let's don't be silly. Like it's like I just comment. Like see, Conte knew that Conte. Yes, we had. I go with the Conte because you saw how that shit ended. Conte, and in the summer when he came in, he knew he wasn't gonna get Bastoni and Guardiola. The guy was complaining, and I said, and remember, Flos, I was saying in that same summer, if Conte doesn't believe he's gonna get the bucket that he thinks he should be getting, leave the job. Then he didn't want to leave. He took on the job. So I don't know just why.
Make a great point in regards to the 2 months and intensive. It's not like Poch has got here and it's like I didn't expect this. Who are you? What's going on here? Like,
and you know what's making this worse for this year? After this year, he had 1 whole month. There was 1 whole month that he had after this year when they apparently agreed because from June to July apparently they couldn't make it official. So and from what we know about the transfers for the first team specifically, they were asking him to give the sign off. He gave the sign off to not bring in João Felix into this club, a guy the club wanted. Vlahovic and Lukaku's deal was a process that could have happened for the football club, right? They were even negotiating the club preliminary to see what they could do to get a deal done. Lukaku even wanted to go there as well, right? And then what does Pochettino says? I do not want Dusan Vlahovic. So when it comes down to it for me and players, he has been given the options. He has been given everything he needs, right? For me, he's the one. He signed off on Cole Palmer, by the way, guys. He signed off for Cole Palmer, and now he's not even playing him at all.
Did he?
Yes, he did. It's been confirmed.
He did. There's no way, there's no way the ownership went, we're signing you Cole Palmer and they're cool with it.
Hasn't it proven, Timo, that the players he reportedly rejected, then why would he not?
Carry on.
Actually, can I ask a question before we go? Sorry, Timo. What was the average age of the players that you signed this summer?
The summer that we signed, average age.
This summer. Average age on the first teamer. Don't include the guys that went out on loan. Like, was that everyone or just the guys?
1.5.
Guess Tottenham's.
I think is it not the same? Is it 21 and a half? 22.
Tottenham's one is 22.
Well,
so we're talking about just 0.5. Yet Ange is making it work.
Because the average age of your squad is not too like in terms of, I think it's either the starting lineup isn't too far away from Chelsea's. That's why I don't hear the youth take.
Look,
because go on, Seth.
Look who, apart from Kovacic, look at Man City signings. Vardiol and Docker are about 21, 22.
Yep, they're both 21 here. Zoku's 21.
It's people. That's what it is. I think people really need to understand that now full-time professional careers for these players are starting like at 16, 17 now.
Mm-hmm.
None of this like 2021 stuff. By the time 2021, people are writing people off in their careers.
Yeah, because what it is, sir, for people automatically, you can be an experienced 22 years of age, but be experienced. You can still be young, but be experienced. If you've been playing professional football in, let's say, La Liga from 17 and you're then 21, even though you're still young and can improve, you're experienced at that point. If you're actually playing games, or if you're 18 to 22, yeah, go on.
You know the guy that we have. You know the guy that we got from what's it called, Santos, Angelo Gabriel. This guy has played 3 seasons at Santos, Brazilian league.
Okay, so
he's got more experience. That guy's got more experience than, for example, someone like Madueke. That's only.
Do you understand Is it Colombian Ecuadorian Paez kid?
Paez.
Made his debut for his club at 15, right? Mm-hmm. Played international debut at 16. He's not going to be able to come to us till he's 18, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he would have played, and I think it's still too young, because the reason I think Mount suffers is because he's played nearly 200 games for us in like 3 years, which is an insane amount of games, I think, for a young player.
Mm-hmm.
But look at this new Barcelona star that's just popped up.
Yamal.
Yeah, he's 16. Yeah. I don't know where he's going to be at 19 or something like that, but that's what I'm talking about. So everyone goes, oh yeah, we buy young players. The issue I have is that, I keep saying it, their experienced players are stepping up and leading when ours aren't. And that is the major difference with them.
Yeah.
Okay?
Because Daniel says here, do you not think that rehauling your squad all at once was too drastic and causing instability now, which is contributing a lot to you struggling? Yeah, go on, Ahmed. Go on.
Obviously you spoke about the part about Poch and there's no excuses when it comes to transfers, right? So let me actually get to the Poch bit. Poch, I think, understood that, yeah. And in pre-season, he created a system where he could utilize, some of the experience in attack with Sterling, and some of the guys that he may have wanted to bring in experience, like a Disasi, etc., into that formation that you did, the 4-2-3-1. He had the fullback inverting inside. He had the wingers playing that style of play, which allowed the young wingers to do what they need to do. The striker had like a number 10 behind him, which allowed him just to, sort of do some of the basics that he needed to do, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of stuff that he was doing, and it was complementing the players at the end of the day, right? For me, what I'm not understanding, what happened between the Borussia Dortmund game, after the Borussia Dortmund game, and the first game of the season for you to go Chilwell left wing? Change the whole formation. Change the whole style of play, bro. No. But it's the honest question. Like the team wasn't working, the mechanics of the team wasn't working. So what was going through your head through that? And I've said this before, bro.
The whole preseason then.
Yeah, this is what these guys are saying. These guys are asking, why are you changing up? This is the question. Timo, can I ask you one question? Can I ask you one question? How do you feel about? Okay, these are the positions I'm going to tell. How do you feel about Poch playing Colville as a left back, Chilwell playing as a left wing, Gallagher playing like a deep line 6, and Enzo playing in the 10? How do you feel about this four? How do you feel now? Just
I think you overcomplicate things too much. That's my.
And what are these guys are saying?
Overcomplicated stuff, basically.
Exactly, and I think it's a valid. And this is all they're saying. They're not saying go and compete for the challenge, go compete for top 4. They can accept if Chelsea have maybe another unbalanced or let's say a very weird season where they maybe don't get Champions League, but they get at least Europe.
I can also say that the whole preseason was a waste of time. Then if we
and this is what these guys complaining about, Timo. Are you listening? This is what they're complaining about.
You know what it is, and we go to obviously. I think this is talked about some of the positions, right? Like I'm not understanding that, and the thing for me, what's making it worse, is that you're not allowing these guys to flourish. Levi Cole should be our old left centre back. Should be learning that who's got the Sarcasm, who's got somewhat experience. They should be working together, doing their jobs with that. And he's got some the Sarcasm, I'll be real. He's getting a lot of slate, for not doing anything wrong. It's been if you're being honest. Like, barring the mistake he made at West Ham, what has he put? He's not really put a wrong
I've
foot
heard
there.
the same thing about
Yeah.
Paul last season. It's the same thing.
Yeah, and like this is the problem for me. And I said this before. You know, a lot of these players, man, need to be playing the right position. You need to keep the team as preseason. I know what, but this is why for me, yeah, I've come to the conclusion Pochettino is going to continue down this hole, and it's only going to get worse from here, in my opinion. We're going to lose against Brighton. I already said this. We're going to lose against Fulham. We're going to either draw or lose. It doesn't matter. We're going to whatever's going to happen. Points will be dropped, and that's why for me. Yeah, I've said this before. It's tic-tac for him. The clock is ticking on him because he's setting a timer. He's setting a timer for himself. And if I said this before, if he takes you 5 Premier League games for you to change Chilwell from left wing to Mudryk to left wing, it's probably going to take you 10 games for you to change Colwell to centre back. And by that time, you're already out of here, in my opinion. And I've said this before. I'm not Poch out in the sense that I'm going to say I'm Poch out, right? But he's already put himself out, in my opinion. He's going to go because he's too much of a twat to change. You know what he needs to change and play it all. That's what it is, bro. It really, for me, again, it comes down so simply: change the tactics, do it the right way, play the guy in the right position, allow a formation that will make the young guys flourish. And then we can at least see if these guys of the juice, if he doesn't have the juice, then we can move on from them. We can at least see, you know what I'm saying to you, Flawless. But if we can't see that, bro, how can we criticize that?
He is digging his own grave. He's not helping himself. And you and the thing is, you had a layup with the situation you was going. And Prime have sent you the link as well. With the situation you was going into at Chelsea, you wasn't under a lot of pressure. And then on top of that, you would also got some of your players in, and then on top of that, you also had a favorable run.
That's what I'm saying to you, Flawless.
What more? It's not like he had a run like I use Manchester United as much as I've criticized, and United fans rightfully so have criticized. We've had a tough running in regards to away from home. Like we've been away to Bayern Munich, we've been away to Arsenal, we've been away to Spurs. They're 3 of our toughest away games we are going to have this season. Outside of Anfield, the Bernabeu, and the Etihad, that's it. Like they're in the mix there. We've been away to 2 of the top 6.
If this brother cannot get a result in the Vitality Stadium against Bournemouth, what makes you think he's going to get a result against Arsenal? What do you think is going to make you think he's going to get a result against Brentford? Against what's it called? Then after Brentford, it's Tottenham Hotspur. I think he's at Tottenham as well.
Tottenham.
Yeah, a new White Hart Lane. What makes you think that's going to happen, Flawless? If we can't get a result in the Vitality Stadium,
let Poch go afterwards.
You know what? At the end of the day, it's just a rinse and repeat cycle again.
I mean, okay, you can, and you know what,
Okay, Jez, before you go, okay then, Timo. So let's say hypothetically, do you agree with me that you lot could not necessarily lose, but you don't beat Fulham and you don't beat Burnley? Can you see that happening from a plausible standpoint? Is that outrageous if I sat here and told you I don't think Chelsea win their next 2 Premier League games? Would that surprise you, or would you be dead against it?
If we don't win.
No. I'm not saying if you don't win. I'm saying I'm asking you. This is a series of questions for a reason. What I'm asking you is, if somebody said that to you and was like, "Yo, Timo, I don't think that we are gonna beat Burnley or we're going to beat Fulham," does that sound crazy to you? Would you argue, even if you disagree? Would you argue back, or do you see where they're coming from?
I'm not gonna be mad.
Okay, so that's fair enough. So then you have your tough running, which then you could potentially go. It's that 7-game running. I don't think you lose every game, but you might not win. My point is, when does it become? I'm asking you basically with Poch. When does it become to a point where you just keep losing that he has to go? Because I hear what you're saying in regards to the rinse and repeat, but that shouldn't allow the manager to underperform, because he is clearly underperforming. And you lot legit, do I think you get relegated? All jokes aside, no. But you're going to be near the bottom of the table. Like if you carry on like this, come the end of December, don't get it mistaken, you could be 16th, 17th. You lot could go the next 9 to 10 weeks without a win. Look at your fixture list. That is plausible. I'm not saying you lose every game. There's draws in there. I'm saying, no, in United, we might give you a win. But the point that I'm making is, you lot Chelsea can't go at any point. And this is me saying this as a Manchester United fan. You lot cannot go 2 months without a win. 3 months without a win. So the question I'm asking you is, Timo, when does it become a point where he has to go? Because
I'll tell you the truth here. I'll tell you the truth. Any coach they appoint is like Poch, is the one that accepts to be lower to the owner's bidding. The truth is, they make the choices for absolutely everything, and the appointed coach like Poch becoming the scapegoat. Look at carefully in the past what happened. What happened with Potter?
That's also when Potter. So you wanted Potter out.
I wasn't.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
yes,
Potter,
yes,
you
yes.
wanted Potter out because Potter wasn't good enough. The same way with Poch. So, like I said, can you go? So you're saying because of that, if you lot go the next 2 months without winning a game, you're cool with that? You're not going to turn on the manager? Of course you are. Anybody,
You're gonna start putting question marks and
look
don't
at
do the cap, bro.
Timo,
Don't
you
do
know
the
the
cap.
Chelsea fixture list
I'm
better
just-
than I do.
Forrest, let me ask this question to Fatou.
Let Timo go. Let
I
Timo
can't
go
lie.
first.
I can
Let
sit
Timo
here
go
all
first.
I want up until
Yeah.
that December period where we can have a bad run of form. At the end of the day, this owners will be.
No, this is not the question, though. We're asking about your opinion. We're asking
not
about
gonna
your
suck
opinion.
you.
We're
Because
asking about no.
Jess,
We're asking about your opinion, not the owners. Your opinion.
I'm telling you, no, they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna put.
We don't care.
They're not gonna-
I'll be real. I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna say.
asking you the
no,
question.
I can say push it all I want.
I don't care. Timo.
The point is, okay then, Timo. No, forget that.
Let me ask this quick.
Let's put you in the. You're the owner. You now own your Todd B. You can make the decision. When do you sack Poch? Is it okay to go?
International break. Yeah, international break.
Okay? So that we got there then. All right, that's first. Go on,
This
Prime.
is what I'll be asking.
Bless him, Prime. You good, yeah?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm confused. What is Timo defending Poch?
Yes,
He's
No,
saying
because-
no matter what happens with the ownership, essentially, the
Yeah,
ownership
he's
will keep him. Essentially, that's what you're trying to say.
It's more of a
And
technical
He's
Hey,
saying
you
he
know
don't-
what?
He's saying he don't want to see the same thing happen. And I hear him in regards to the conversation about Poch was, he knows how
the
to.
fact that
he
we have
knows
to
how.
pay a lot of money for sacking. You know that. Again.
He's only got 1 year left of his contract,
It's
bro.
only a year left, but
we
Prime,
signed
your
him.
point
Is it 2-year contract? Is that
We-
two-year
He
contract?
signed a 2-year deal. He signed a
we
2-year deal.
spent
Prime.
It's 2
Floor's
years
yours,
with an
man.
option of 1.
Yeah. Thoughts on the game, Prime, and what's going on?
we spent $1 billion in 18 years. Like sacking Poch won't be any.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
The game
on the game today. Yes.
I thought it'd be worse. Like I predicted 3-1 loss, so it wasn't that bad. I don't know, man. What Poch? The thing is, he's not even like dying by his sword. It's not like he's playing his style and it isn't working. He's doing this weird thing that just doesn't make sense. The excuses of not having Nkunku or Chuameka doesn't make a difference to me, because when we played against Liverpool at the start of the season, Chilwell was playing left wing. So I don't know, man.
Nkunku wasn't there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I want him in the first place, but like, I didn't want to like jump and be when Chelsea fans were getting gassed during like pre-season about the love fest for him.
Oh,
I didn't buy it because I don't rate Poch anyway.
I did that as well.
What
I
he's-
was finessing to that. I can't lie, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, of course you guys were,
Yeah.
because like it's very easy like fan PR, but I don't know. It's like if we sack him, who's out there? Spalletti is a good option, I guess. I still want Nagelsmann. I think if we're doing this thing where we're buying young players for the sake of buying young players and hoping to develop them, in my opinion, he's the best guy out there. But yeah, it's just frustrating. How much worse will it get until, like, look what happened with Potter last season, where he and his family were getting death threats.
That's
That's
crazy.
going
That's
to
way
happen
too
to
far.
Poch in a few weeks.
oh yeah, Potter's getting them. That's true. Eventually.
Yeah, so
You lot really not scored a Premier League goal since the 25th
You know,
of
for us,
August.
yeah. Again,
Mad,
if you
man.
don't score against
You know
Brighton,
what? We
if you don't
haven't
score against
beat
Brighton,
not
in my mouth.
decent side since what 800 days
Yeah,
ago.
it's crazy. I'm just looking right. You man haven't scored since Carnival.
Newcastle scored more goals than them today than the whole season.
That is they scored more goals than
But
us.
Flawless, you saying that we won't pick up a win, like, I kind of disagree. Like, there's
No, I was using it as a hypothetical.
No, I know, but your hypothetical is kind of like I mean, to be fair, it's realistic, but I believe I believe we'll beat Burnley.
First, I can see that. I'm not even going to argue you down. I can see all three results because I don't think you're very good and I don't think they're very good. But do I think you're better than Burnley? Yes. But one thing they will do is one thing they will do against you lot is be tryhards. And if you lot don't fancy it, you might gotta be workman like
which is a hilarious part because we talking about Poch. His weakness is not being able to break a low block. Villa didn't play a low block today, and he still couldn't do it. Couldn't coach this team to a competent level to get something out of it. Like I said, we can talk about.
If you can't break a low block, Chilwell playing left wing doesn't help.
This is another. That's what I'm saying. Poch is not doing him favors whatsoever.
That's not. I don't know, man.
That's why you see me Conte, and people can make jokes. I hate Conte. But I'm kind of similar to Timo. I'm tired of sacking managers. I'm tired of not having a long-term stability where it's to the point where you can consistently compete for the long term, not just every couple of seasons. But you know what? I wasn't Conte out because his football was ass. He fell off the players because I was like, fuck the players too. And even the conference, even the press conference when he went off and was talking about the club, everything that he said, I don't think he said anything wrong in that press conference. But why did I say he had to go? Because he was making the same mistakes. He would play players regardless if they were shit on it. He would still play them. He would play Højbjerg and Skip until they got injured. He didn't replace them until they got injured when Bissouma and Sarr is there. And you see how both of them are playing now. He wouldn't rest Kane. He wouldn't play with Charleston as a striker when you know this was your striker signing. Son was playing as a left-sided midfielder. When you look at the maps, Son was playing left-sided midfielder. Longley, this was his signing because he didn't get Bastoni and Quadio, and he prior teaching was giving him Badi Ashila. Look how Badi Ashila looks at Chelsea, but he didn't want the Badi Ashila because he wanted Bastoni or nobody. Like I can't. And another issue was he didn't want to commit long term. So there were too many issues with you on why I couldn't back the manager anymore, rather than, you know what, whatever happens. Because look at last season when we finished. We finished. The ironic part is we had Conte, his assistant, and Ryan Mason, and we could have still made European football last season, despite that bad season.
But the thing is, Jez, right?
That's what I was saying. I kind of get where some Chelsea fans come from, where like they just want long-term stability. But at the same time, is the manager manager making the best case for you to sit here and tell me he's making the best case for himself at the moment? And with Poch, when I'm looking at Chelsea, he's not making the best case. If he was going to make it, at least give the people at least, okay, you know what, we have to just give it time because it's not just working.
Yes, you know what it is, bro.
Is this true? From our context, Chelsea really have 39 points.
Yeah, we are on the same number of points as Everton, by the way. So, and that's what Everton have got. All I want to say is that no one, and I will say this right now, no Chelsea, but I don't think necessarily anyone would disagree with having Pochettino if there was a style of play I was seeing, some sort of like tactics, everything like this style of play game. We're seeing like the what's it called, the thingy of play. Passages of play, whatever you want to call it,
fans of play,
etc. Right? I wouldn't be here saying Poch. I wouldn't be saying that his time's up or anything like that. But guess who's doing that to himself? Him. He's the one that's doing it to himself. Not me. Not you. Not anyone else here. Him. It's him. Like let's not say it's the board. Let's not say it's that. You can make the only thing we can say about the board right now, is that they chose the wrong guy. It seems that's what it looks like to me. I don't know what has happened here, between from pre-season to now that has led them to do that. That's what it is. Like, I don't care if you have to pay money. This is Chelsea Football Club. We are one of the richest clubs in the world. We are one of the biggest clubs in the world. Are we saying, because we have to pay money to a manager, we can't remove them?
Yeah, you're right.
Let's not do that, man. Let's not do that, man. Okay. And listen,
Jose took us for like 80 million.
Yes, man. We had to pay 25 M's to Conte. People don't even know that, by the way. We paid 25 M's to Conte for his mouth because of the fact we sacked him. All right. So, and it took us to court. So it doesn't matter for me. What it comes down to is that these guys need to make sure. They need to make sure. Whoever they pick has to be the right one. That's all it is. and like obviously they have
Do
failed.
you trust them? They appoint the right one?
Listen, the last time, this is the first time they have actually picked people. The directors of football have picked people, and that was Pochettino who they picked. Now, clearly they got that wrong, right? It wasn't the owners that picked. What was it called? Pochettino. It was the directors of football who picked Pochettino, and Pochettino's not worked out. So now it's down to them again to make the right decision. They actually had
who picked Poch in the beginning? You said
the directors of football picked Pochettino, not the owners. The owners picked what's it called, Potter. Yeah, the owners picked Potter. So and we knew that because they picked him when there was no director of football here. The director of football came into effect in January, so we know who's picked. What's it called, Pochettino? It's not worked out now. Now it's onto the director of football. You fucked up once, you can't fuck up again twice.
Stories.
Listen, you know, if you want to hear,
like I said, like for me, it's like okay, if you want, and 2 years maybe Timo got some background, information, whatever. Like it is what it is. Like, cause if you want that opinion, it's cool. Like I said, we just having a proper conversation about just what at the moment Chelsea Football Club at the moment is. I think it's crazy to me to just ignore how obvious certain things are with Pochettino. I think it's crazy to me. Let's be honest. Like for me, I was like, when was it Fulham? We lost to Fulham, and I said all this thing about trust the process. I don't want Ange to be sucked, but on that day, on that Spurs United Chelsea, so I was going into Ange. I was like, yo, why are you trusting these guys? Why are you doing this? And you see how I talk about Ange. Ange just let my father know. Like, this is what he is now to me. But I still criticize him when I think he does something wrong. And I think there's nothing wrong to do that. And I feel like it's a bit, I'll be honest, this is because this is kind of unfiltered. I think it's kind of arrogant to be thinking that it's just only the owner's fault at the moment. It's just my personal opinion. It's arrogant about it.
No, I said
not trying to at least acknowledge, because to me it sounds like you're not trying to acknowledge one bit from what is Poch is doing at the moment in terms of what is wrong. Of course, players have to take.
I'm not solely blaming the owners. I put
but for me, this is what it's.
Hold on.
For me, what it sounds like. I'm sorry. Like
Timo,
and that's
what are you blaming the owners for? What are you blaming the owners for?
For me, this is what it sounds like to me. This is what it sounds like to me, because then you're bringing up arguments about, but they're not going to sack him, they're not going to do this, they're not going to do that. Cool, but we're talking about your opinion. We're not talking about the owner's opinion. Who cares about the owner's opinion? We're talking about us, our opinion. That's why I just don't. That's why it sounds to me like it. That's what I'm saying. Like, cool. You can have your opinion about the owners. I said this to Chelsea fans too.
I don't think we disagree here. So
it's a agree to disagree, because again, it's not like I don't completely disagree with you. I feel like it's a bit stupid how you man have gone on with some of these youngsters, buying literally every wonder kid possible. I think it's a bit stupid, but I think some people are doing this. Though it feels like no, because they got it wrong with it. Looking at the moment, like they're getting it wrong with another manager. It looks like guys just what's it called? Guys are just following the hype now to go on Bowley, because would Bowley get this credit now? Would Bowley get this credit if Chelsea was doing well? Or they would
get them to 100, man. You man are fucking.
Like you right, exactly.
Yes.
And big up to my.
Yes, you know what's crazy, guys?
1 second, man. Big up to my guy Rhino as well. Every single time you lot, make sure you subscribe to Rhino MGTV. Oh yeah, I forget. Yeah, Matisse must be losing it. You know, I know it's going bad because United have lost games and he hasn't rang me. That's how I know it's going bad for him at Chelsea. I've not heard from him in regards to
100 likes, people. That's all we need.
Yes, bump up the lights because we are closing out in the next 5 minutes.
You know what is flawless, yeah? Bruno's not even a part of the club anymore. All he does is like he's focusing apparently on just doing the stadium redevelopment now and just making the club model work, because he's trying to buy now a stake in Sport in Lisbon. So he's not even involved there in the day-to-day runnings, in the sporting runnings of the club at all. All he's doing is like infrastructure management apparently. Igbali's the one that's now looking after the sport department, making sure the DFs are doing their jobs. Apparently, that's it. So at the end of the day, when it comes down to Chelsea, right? Yeah. Right now, if I was to go into the Chelsea room and I was like a scientist or a journalist or a reporter, right, and I had to write a paper of what's going on right now at Chelsea, yeah, I wouldn't be. The ownership may take a minor slot of my article, but the main plot of the article would be Mauricio Pochettino. That would be who. That would be.
You know. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, like that. You know what I've been saying? Like, if you was to go to like a newspaper and they were like the Sunday Times or something like that, and I was to look at the long read,
You're proportioning blame.
Yes.
Yeah. You're looking at it and going, all right, who's clearly there's plenty of things going wrong, and it's not one person solely or one thing. It's multiple. It isn't. It's not. Yeah. It's not. But with Poch, you lot should be doing better than
the
what
majority of the. But that's what I'm saying to you. The majority though, like if you were to put it in a percentage, 60 to 70% of the blame though is on him.
Poch, I'd say that. Yeah.
He's the sport that we just in, and it's just as simple as that.
Because like you said, Jess, if they was playing well, who's taking the majority of the praise?
Bro, when you've got millions, when there's millions or billions of pounds at stake in football, a manager's life is a short life these days, and he's not helping himself, big man. So
you know the funny part about that is,
I really disagree on this, but
okay, we know that, Timo. You don't have to repeat yourself. But...
Hey, Timo, we do know when you do inevitably turn. I can't believe I landed.
Yeah. We going back into the street. We going back to the street. We coming back to the street. I'm a member in the state just to make sure, because I mean, I still got your old take about Poch.
I can also have the right to criticize him on
no, you can criticize. We're just saying though is that I've said it already and I say it again. I think I did tweet out. He did. He's not making it.
You were just telling me, they're not going to sack him. Okay, but I don't care about that.
Yeah, I think they will, because he's not making it to Christmas. You lot cannot go. I legit can see you lot not winning a game.
There's the October international break, by the way. There's the October international break.
I can legit if you keep Poch, I can legit see you lot not winning a game until like late December.
Yes.
Unless I would say the next two coming up. Like, I think
outside, yes, that's what I'm saying. Outside of those two, and I think they'll draw against Burnley personally. Is the Fulham game at their place or your place?
Is that Craven Cottage down the road? It's down the road, yeah.
Oh shit, man. I've not watched Fulham like that to know really how
they haven't been really great, and I can't lie, they'll be conceding chances, but then again, Chelsea doesn't finish chances too, so it's one of them.
Like I said, man, it could be peak for you lot. The fact that
I'll be real for us, bro. It's looking like it's wraps here, but I want to ask you, Pato, bro. If you were to slice up the blame, to the ownership, the players, and Mauricio Pochettino, who would you say has like each percentage? And I want to hear from you because I'm not understanding what your school of thought. Can you lay it out for me where the issue lies, because that's what I'm not understanding from you, bro. If you don't mind, those are the two questions I've asked you. Where's the blame going, and what do you think the issue is right now? That's what I'm not understanding.
I've already said it to you 3 times already. It's a combination of things.
Say them real quick.
Then what are they then? That's what I'm asking you, broski.
No, Timo's not getting the question. Timo, what he asked was, who do you proportion the blame out more to in regards to what's going on out of the ownership, Poch, and the players? That's what he's asking.
I'll be brutally honest with you. We can disagree on this.
Yeah, say it.
I'll put the coach as the last one to blame. I'll be real.
Okay, cool.
So you got the ownership, the players, and then Poch, right?
Poch's players basically the last two.
Yeah. So you have the ownership.
What's the order? Owners and then who?
Owners and then players / Poch, basically.
Yes.
So you kind of grouped them together. All right, that's fair. And to one done, this is the show one done. This is what people want to hear about. You know what I'm saying? Look at the majority of the questions. They didn't really want to chat about United winning 1-0 away at Burnley. They didn't really want to talk.
Fair enough, bro. You're winning, man. When you're shit, you're winning. We can't do that, bro.
I'll be honest. The hottest story in town is right now Chelsea not being able to win a football match.
Facts. The fact that they haven't scored a Premier League goal since Carnival is crazy to me. Like, I legit did not know that.
I didn't have scored a goal.
So if I tell you, this is the question. So what do you think the ownership are getting wrong? Because I think that's a fair question to ask, right? You're saying
I think we went already through that, like in his opinion, where it's the youth thing and like whatever, and like I don't think we have to go through that again. Like,
fair enough.
He said already. It's a agree to disagree.
No, guys.
I'll be honest. Before you go, Brian, Timo, don't think just because we're having this conversation, I don't agree with you. Doesn't mean I don't respect the opinion. Like, cool, then it's your opinion, you know. Like I said, we just having a conversation here. That's what I didn't like when you making your face like I'm talking nonsense and that. Like, cool, like, okay, you don't agree, but just value people's opinion. Just at least like
No.
listen to
I'm
them.
cool with that. No, I'm cool. With
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying you're completely wrong or anything. Like, and even if you disagree, it's cool. Like, again, just having a conversation between grown men. Like, it is what it is.
Taxes too, man. I'm saying we are family here. Large up to everyone that's still tapped in. Over 190 people still locked in. 7 more likes. You know what I'm saying? Get us up to 100 likes, people. We are gonna indeed close out. Don't forget though, this show on the YouTube channel and all the other shows on the channel. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm gonna tweet that. That's fantastic slander. That is beautiful slander. Don't forget though, people, all the shows on the channel, apart from watch-alongs right here on the YouTube, are available on audio-only platforms, people. So SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes / Apple Podcast, wherever you listen to your podcast, big up all the audio listeners as well, because the numbers continue to grow on a monthly basis as well. Big up, yeah, I'm gonna get to the super chat as well. But yeah, people, so all audio platforms we are available on. So SoundCloud, please hit us with a follow on there. All you Android users who are on Spotify, whether you're listening to podcasts on there, whether you're listening to music on there, whether it's both, follow us on Spotify, please, and 5-star us as well. And then iTunes as well, Apple Podcasts. All you iPhone users, 5-star us on there. Even if you don't listen on there, 5-star us because it helps. I'm trying to get bags from everywhere, people. So if the audio blows up, boom, that's going to help the visuals and the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. To the point, yeah, where we can do this type of shit in a studio, people. So we trying to take, Sarcasm City TV is worldwide. We're just trying to grow the city even more. That's all it is. So like I said, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. I'll drop the links in the chat in a second, but the links are underneath in the description. It's at Sarcasm City TV on everything anyway. Big up to Carl as well. Carl, Peter for the super chat. Much appreciated, my guy. Big up. Says, maximum props to Brother Flawless. Life knowledge and football knowledge is exceptional. Keep the faith in Ten Hag. He's putting the puzzle together. Hey, much appreciated again.
His uncle, man. He's not brother. You know, his uncle is quite old. You know, he's too young. Still to your brother.
Just don't, man.
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. This guy's a dick, yo. That's funny, though. Man, uncled me, you know. I'm getting there. It's mad.
Wait, we haven't scored since. Sorry, Flawless. We haven't scored since Carnival.
In the Premier League, no, from before Carnival, it was 25th of August. It was the Luton game.
We've been getting daggered since Carney, man. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, he said life knowledge and football knowledge is exceptional. Appreciate the kind words. Keep the faith in Ten Hag. He's putting the puzzle together. I still do have faith.
You paying yourself from your burner account.
Yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, that's why I've not turned Ten Hag out. Like, I just have my doubts and I have alarm bells, very similar to the Chelsea lot in regards to certain things the manager's doing. But certain things are solely on him. Other things are not on him. Like, in terms of players being injured, that's unfortunate. But, like, being disorganized, that's on the manager. I'm saying that's on you. You watch Burnley. One thing about Burnley, organized. For their lack of quality and lack of investment in the team, they are organized. Same way with the Everton. They are organized side. So, and that's just basics. You know what I'm saying? That's just basics. But with Ten Hag, we'll see. Once I expect us to improve defensively with the return of Varane, Amrabat coming back, once Malassi is back, Shaw as the centre back's back, all well and good. Our biggest issue is going forward. And I've banged on about this all summer long. And even when I was on Saeed's channel today, shout out to Saeed, and he was talking about Manchester United having like a goal scoring problem. We've always had it. We've never not had a goal scoring problem under Ten Hag. Like, it's never not been an issue.
Didn't you see the goal tie that you guys scored last season?
Yeah, I don't think people realize it.
You scored less goals than Brighton and Newcastle.
People forget we scored 58 league goals, and 18 of those were Rashford. And if people want to say, well, the rest of these men who scored 40 goals in 38 games, sounds like I'm talking about Chelsea's games to points ratio. But why all of a sudden is passing the ball to them going to make a world of difference? Like, that's what we've had. Like, there's never been a time under Ten Hag where we've been free flowing and creating chances and scoring goals over an extended period of time. There's never been a 5-game period where we score like 3 goals here, 4 goals here, 3 goals here, 2 here, 3 here. No, I'm saying we are 1-0. 2-0, 2-1 FC.
And grind it out.
That's it. Yeah, we are resilient. Workman-like, grind the results out. We are like the pro clubs team when the attacking players ain't there. That's what we are. I'm saying, all right, we just gonna sit in and be defensively resilient and try and nick something on the break. Like, and well, not nick something, but try and nick a goal. And we've been there.
So you're saying like I don't want to use the word. I don't want to use the word Gucci. Like, give me another.
Nah, Gucci. No, Gucci's calm. I take it.
Okay. Then
as much as Sir Alex Ferguson's my GOAT, I'm a disciple of Mourinho. Don't get it mistaken. Like the way I settle, like whether it's on clubs, whether it's FIFA, whether it's FM, I'm Mourinho-esque. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not Fergie. I'm a disciple of Mourinho. 110%.
You little terrorist, man.
Hey, we win trophies, man.
That was your greatest manager.
We win trophies. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he is your greatest manager. So I
that's what you're like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hilarious, mate. Great joke. Yeah.
I've got Timo. Are you still there?
But hey, Carl, big up the super chat.
Yo, sorry.
Go on, last question. I'm gonna close out.
I need a rest, man. I can't lie.
Yeah, it's the last question anyway, and then be out of here.
Go on.
Okay, all right. Actually, never mind. Because you guys maybe bombarded him with questions, so I'll probably ask him later. But never mind.
Yeah, cool. No stress.
No, it's cool, man. I think we already had everything that we had to say, to be honest.
Yeah, he says flawless. He says flawless. I expect us to win the FA Cup or Carabao Cup this season. That's if we improve. If we improve like we should, yes, because we reached both finals last season, and now the manager has more of his own players. So therefore, that's a fair expectation. And guess what? They are the two biggest trophies we can win. They're the two trophies. They're the only two trophies we can win. Premier League and Champions League. If Manchester United fans, I don't know if you know this, forget about it. With this team, forget about it. Now we improve defensively and get a favorable draw. Even with it, not with the way we're defending, no. Now, if we improve defensively and play like we did against Arsenal for the most part from a defensive, even against Burnley, then yes. But I can't say 110% it's going to be at that level. I'm hoping so with Varane, Martinez, Amrabat, like, okay, we get back to that and being defensively resilient. But am I going to sit here and say, yeah,
you know what? I know I said last question, but can I ask you a quick question, though?
Yeah, of course.
Because obviously we didn't talk... Because the Chelsea thing took over, and because you see the narrative about Casemiro, and I don't really want to buy into it yet because it's too early for me in the season. But if this continues the way Casemiro's playing, how many games do you think it needs to be until you kind of believe into the narrative as well?
The thing is, I've had no issue with his performances like that. Because the crazy part is, he's offered more going forward. Like people look at him and think, oh, it's Casemiro defensive 6. He actually, even if he plays as a 6 or whether it's an 8, he's one of the ones getting forward. Yeah. I go one further. He's our biggest goal threat from midfield. He's our most creative player from midfield.
I mean, low-key, he's probably your biggest goal threat at the moment anyway.
Yeah, he's our best goal threat from set pieces too. So what I will critique him for is his defensive work.
This is what I was more alluding to. I think this is what I was more alluding to.
I think that's more so him being aggressive and trying to win the ball. That's why I don't like when people say, "Oh, it's his age thing." Until I see him get ran down by someone he's not supposed to, that's when I look at it to age. Like if he was 26, 27 and doing this,
I've been seeing that circling around. That's why.
Yeah, people just reaching because it's Casemiro, and it's like the mistakes he's like getting caught on the ball is not an age thing. You can be 18 or you can be 38 and get caught on a football pitch. That's nothing to do with age. You know what I'm saying? Like there's various other factors, but again, that's people doing too much because I think it was Cunha who ran away from him. Yo, Cunha can shift. What are we doing?
Yeah,
he might not be the best player, but Cunha can. Yeah, like he can shift. All right, Cunha ran away from him. Oh, Basuma went past him. Okay, so that means he's done. Yeah. So I seen Basuma, but who did he body today? I seen Basuma body Saliba. Is Saliba done?
Yeah.
I seen Saliba try to run past Basuma on the right hand side. So Saliba's dead, and you know what I'm saying? Arsenal should sell him because he's too green, he's too young. You know what I'm saying? He's not ready, he's inexperienced. I know that's just stupidity. I'm saying they had a duel, Saliba lost. You're going to lose, especially when you are much more. The way Casemiro defends in midfield, he's much more aggressive. So therefore, you are gonna lose. You're much more susceptible to. Can't say that again. To what's it called? To being dribbled past. If you're more passive and more and more screening like a Rodri. The reason why people don't dribble past Rodri because Rodri's not aggressive in his approach. That's not a shot at Rodri. They're just two
it's just
different
it's just
midfielders.
like Brian Van Dijk. Like you couldn't get past him, but no, Van Dijk works for everybody. But that's for another day.
He's not aggressive like that. Like some defensive midfielders are destroyers, like a Casemiro who's more old school. Then you have the more new age DM who will sit and screen and intercept at Rodri, at Jorginho, at Declan Rice, etc., etc. Like that type. You know what I'm saying? Same way with centre backs. You got a Martinez who's much more aggressive. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what he is, but yeah. Yeah, like the same way you have a Martinez who's Martinez is much more likely to be dribbled past than a Varane. Because he's just naturally, he's more aggressive and more confrontational. Yeah. But it's about like Rudiger's a prime example of that. He's much more aggressive. So he's much more likely to get dribbled past than a Christensen. All the centre backs I just named I actually think are very good, but it's just different. So people just doing too much with Casemiro. He's not been the reason we've been losing games. Even against Burnley, he out there by himself. You with McTominay and Hannibal. All right, Hannibal was decent, did the basics. Worked hard and did the basics. Scott McTominay. We know what we're getting. Like, I don't need to sit here and talk about it. Like, we know these players. Hey, man, you attracted to mid, man. You love it. Him, Ollie, is crazy. Ryan, the list goes on. But yeah, bump up the likes, people.
Pause.
Of 100. You know what I'm saying? You are attracted to mid, though. You know what I'm saying? When we was running clubs, I'll get Ryan here. You know what I'm saying? You back up Gallagher.
I've never said that.
You did say that. When we was running clubs, you forget what you be saying. I remember everything, you know what I'm saying? People was there. Yeah, bring him into the club. But yeah, love Ollie too, but we move. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you're attracted, you got a mid fetish. Do your thing right now. Yeah, you do your thing, get it. Hey, two cheeks of the same ass, man.
No wonder. That's why it's into Italy.
Shut up, Jess.
Anyway, we're closing out, people. Love to everyone who's locked in. Please make sure you follow the kick as well. Follow the Sarcasm City TV kick because we got watch-alongs galore coming up on the Carabao Cup this coming week. Premier League's over there, Champions League's over there, FA Cup, NFL shows over there, fan calling show, and that's open to anybody to call it. That's over there. F1 content, boxing content will be back because I believe it's Canelo Charlo this next week Saturday.
I think it's this week, yeah.
So you'll get that as well. Sure. Yes, yeah.
This weekend. It's either him. No, sorry, no, it's not. It's Fury this weekend. Sorry, 29.
All right, whenever Canelo Charlo is, you'll get that.
Fury's the 28th.
Fury's against Yano, bro. Next month.
I don't have no.
Sorry, I thought it was sorry.
I have no interest in Fury versus Ngannou.
What about Joyce and Zhang, man? You're not gonna talk about your boy Joyce. You know what I'm saying? That was your G fam. You were talking of hyping him up. You know what I'm saying? Joyce, Iron Chin, you know, Iron Chin and everything like that, man. You ain't got no iron chin, mate. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no iron chin.
Okay, you see that? The show, please.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Big man. I told you, man. This British division, heavyweight division, is cooked, man. Only Fury. Carry job, man. He's doing a heavy carry job, Fury, man. Wallahi, fam.
You know what's crazy? He's doing all this talk. I never hyped up Joyce. That's the funniest shit.
Is that so? Listen, we can run the tape, man. We can run the tape.
Yeah, run the Twitch tape. It's on the audio platform. I never hyped up, you know what I'm saying? Joyce, yeah, so sure, mate. Anti-United Spurs, who says EA?
Hey, big up Jacob.
Big up Jacob. He said, nah, I've not got the new FIFA yet. No, people. But what
I've got the new FIFA for the lads, you know what I'm saying?
I've not got it yet, but what I'm actually, I don't even want to reveal. But yeah, you lot, we're going to just keep evolving here at Sarcasm City TV. Hey, dickhead, let them know what you got coming up on your channel. Yes, you are.
As you know, the British T58, I'm actually nearly completing my watch hour time to get monetized. So, a few more hours left on that one. Just need 50 subscribers, guys. I need 50 subscribers. Any of you that can go subscribe can really help me out there. And as usual, tomorrow's content, to be honest, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. It's going to be depressing content. So, let's get ready about that in regards to Chelsea and everything like that. I don't know how many more videos I can make of how to solve Chelsea's crisis. You know what I'm saying?
I keep making it, man. We love it.
Do a live stream tomorrow.
You know what, man? Tomorrow might actually be live stream time because I won't do a live stream, but obviously you can catch me tomorrow. I'll do a live stream probably at 7 p.m. because of the fact that at 9 p.m. I want Player's Choice. But cooks on there for sure. Like they're about to cook me nasty on that one. You know what I'm saying? It's a Liverpool fan there and like a Real Madrid fan. scum cooked, but we're moving it. And then obviously you can catch me then after that at midnight, right here doing the most. I know I've been away the last 2.5 weeks, guys. A lot of what I've had, like I've been finishing off work a bit late, and I've been like knocked out afterwards, so that's why. But I'm back, and don't worry, man. The Chelsea tears, hopefully they won't be rolling. You know what I mean? I'll be looking at Takashi United out. You know what I mean? And then you can roll Takashi back nicely. But we'll be in jest at the end of the day. So
of course. But yeah, people, go subscribe to the Bridge 258. Make sure get him his 50 subscribers. I just put the Kick, the Spotify, the iTunes, all in the comment section as well. What we got coming up today? Man United podcast 4:30 p.m. So I'll be talking. That's one of the solo ones. So solo dolo. I'll be talking all things Manchester United. Obviously, recapping the Burnley game more in depth, looking ahead to the Palace game and how important that is. And then Ahmed mentioned it. Midnight UK time, doing the most, which is the Premier League show on the channel. But we are indeed going to close out here. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule, though. Make sure you check that out. And please follow the Kick. I'm saying follow the Kick. The same way Ahmed's trying to get monetized on his YouTube channel, we're trying to get monetized over on the Kick. Download the app for free. Sign up for free. Same way you watch and comment on YouTube, it's the exact same on Kick. And it takes up less space as well. It takes up less space. I actually don't know if that's the case, but yeah, make sure you go follow the Kick people. I presume it does. And yeah, hit the notification bell when you do so, because we got fan calling shows over there. So like people come on and have your say. And don't forget, link is in the pinned comment for the membership as well. Big up to Daniel. Doncaster Rovers done in the building. Says just subscribe to the Bridge 258. Love that.
Lovely jubbly, mate. Lovely jubbly, mate.
Don't forget subscribe to Chelsea Fan TV, man.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe. I don't know all of a sudden why Timo's plugging Chelsea Fan TV. You got stocks clearly, and you got some shares there. But yes, make sure. Shout out to. Oh, is that what it is? All right, first. Is she subscribed here? Whoever the gal is that's got you smiling up on here, has she liked the video and subscribed? Yeah. Did you ask her? Ask her right now.
But she fell asleep now. She's a bit sober, so I'll tell her.
Yeah. We just gonna bypass that. This guy is just Peter. This guy is just Peter Griffin. But yeah, we just gonna bypass that.
That would explain a lot.
Listen, babe, you know what? This guy just because you know what it is because he can't lie well. He's like, all right, how am I gonna get like this guy could just not lie? You should just, but we move. But anyways, yeah, she's how you asleep, but a bit sober.
Like a drunk man without being drunk.
Yeah, yeah. How are you? Someone
pull that, bro. Let's go.
Yeah. So let me land. So yeah, people. I don't know how you're. I'm saying asleep, but a bit sober. But we move anyway.
Flawless. I know how. You can ask her.
Can you fucking let him finish?
No,
that was she said. Of course.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, but like when you get me to that point, I just say something corny. Like it is really.
Yeah, it's crazy. We know you and your dad jokes. Hey, big up to Sheik. Hey, Sheik, big up, man. Good to see you in the chat. Big up all the regulars. Big up people. All the new people who are here, man. We're gonna continue to provide you lot with content every single day on the YouTube channel. Every day we are here, people. I'm saying more for the noise twice a day, but we're here also live pretty much every other day on the Sarcasm City TV Kick as well. Like Marshall said, I think we're like 2 away from 50 followers over there. So girls up to need to get to 75 followers because that's monetization. We've hit all the other criteria over on the Sarcasm City TV Kick. But love to everyone that has indeed locked in. We're going to raid Alam. He's live right now on In the Motion Football. I believe he's doing an NFL watch along. So
Pittsburgh Steelers are playing right now.
So I just need you lot when you head over there, put Sarcasm City, just put Sarcasm City Raid in the chat in capital letters, hit the like button and subscribe to his channel. And love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur show. Man United podcast, Ballers at the Bridge podcast, Talking That Tottenham Talk podcast, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up.